Hi, my family members. I have come with another new video. Watch the full video, and to show your love, please subscribe my channel. Without wasting any time, let's start the video. It'd be a while after this happened. Goku took days to wake up due to a trauma he had for using that transformation without having mastered it. After he almost died, and it was hard for Nin to revive him. He had woken up, and the first thing he saw was Nin. He'd be surprised and say, "What is this place?" "Davitrolis, you must die." Goku would say angrily, but Nin would answer him, "Goku, my brother has already died. In his fight, you lost your transformation into a very strange state, because the side effects of having used that transformation." "But what happened to that idiot Colas? Didn't he kill us?" "He couldn't do it because I escaped. I didn't want to do it, but unfortunately I had to. It was more important to save you. If you're wondering where Colas is, don't worry. I found out that my own father eliminated him." "You really did it." At that moment, Goku would be in a state of confusion. From the beginning, his plan was to kill the Demon King. But he realized that his thought was changing little by little, more and more in his mind. His idea was moving more and more away from the Saiyan thoughts. Some time passed, and Nin would tell Goku that his father was planning a union between them, a kind of marriage, but in the way demons do it. Goku, like Nin, was in love, and would accept his request. So he would be informed to his father. These two at the time went to her father, and this united them, a ritual of blood. This made that Goku now also had the blood of demons, making him a demon, like Nin. So the Saiyan would be half demon and half mortal. Goku would gain new powers by becoming a demon. In the course of time, Goku and Nin had a son, to which taught Nin and Aaron. This one would be born with an immeasurable power. His power was so much that it was even felt by all the universes. Finally, the desire of the king was fulfilled. Even Nin was astonished to see the power of her son Aaron. This one counted on a force only compared to that of her father. The Demon King would say, "It's perfect. He'll be my successor." I did not expect to be born with all that power. Your demon had been born with all that power before. Aaron, everyone will respect you in this universe. When you grow up, you'll be the person that protects the multiverse, and you'll be the one who will put things in order. The son of Goku and Nin was born with a great intelligence, even though he was just a baby. Some years passed, and Aaron had already grown up. His parents taught him everything he had to know. This had even surpassed the power of his father. But Goku, since his son was born, he had not trained at any time, being busy raising his son. Everyone of the multiverse already knew the child Aaron, and all respected him. The supreme demons were angry with the Demon King for how he treated the child with butter and then. Dave demons became jealous of the child. They would try and do something very bad with the child Aaron. Meanwhile, Goku felt that his son had been taken care of for the necessary time, and that it was time for him to resume his training. And so all at be, Goku would start training with his son. And for the first time, Goku told Aaron to attack him with all his power, so Aaron would do it without a problem. This boy with a single blow sent his father away, making him crash against some rocks. This fact made Goku realize that his son was overcoming him, and that was because he was maltraining. "I'm sorry, son, but I can't allow you to be stronger than they. I'll train and I'll surpass you again." "We'll see about that, father." Goku and his son were training, but they did not expect what was about to happen. The Supreme Demons. In the universe of the Gainers, something very bad was happening. And this was that a great part of the Supreme Demons detested something, and this was the Saiyan Goku. The perk of the son of Goku and Nin made them even more angry. They hated them for not being Ds, although Goku had already done the ritual to be one of them when he married the demon Nin. She realized Aaron was a great danger to everyone, and they decided to talk to the Demon King about the situation. So all the supreme demons gathered in the kingdom of the Demon King, and he asked them what they were doing in that place, and one of the demons told him, "King, how is it possible that you have allowed that Saiyan to have a son, a powerful all? Do you know what you have just done? The child was born with an immeasurable power. He's a great thing to all of us. This brings me. What did I tell you before? But this Saiyan is part of us, just like your son. How can you doubt someone who even has his old demon blood?" I won't say it again. Whoever says or does something against them, I won't Vegeta them. Is that understood? Truth, but in fact, I said is that understood. Son, we understand. At the time, the son understood and accepted what the king said. But however, there were others who did not, and those who did not plan to obey the king, it made him see that they would. A few days passed after that, and these demons already knew what they were going to do, so that the Demon King did not realize this, and this was something not very difficult. The king sleeps in a period of time of the day, which usually varies, but that follows several similar patterns. According to their observations, they were able to deduce at what time the king would not be awake or awake, and that he would not hear what was going on. And even though the Demon King did not need sleep, he still did it out of boredom. This is something they took advantage of in their own way. So the day came, and they went without warning to where Goku was. He happened to be sleeping at that moment too, and one of the demons had arrived at that place and see this. But at that moment he thought, "Can't believe it. It's easy to just rest him. It's funny, and it's right at me throat. Lo that I ain't him so how can it be wanted. I won't hesitate to kill him. But just forgiving him would be so easy. It directs me angry that it has to be like this. But I can't listen, so I might fault the do it." At that moment, he was about to do a deadly attack to the Saiyan. But before even touching him, the Saiyan turns quickly and takes his arm as an act of reflex. "What are you doing here, dear? Tell me, what were you planning to do?" "Incredible. The truth is, I was not surprised that you ever repelled my attack. Even then, the state afflicted you. That's not what matters to me now. I asked you, what the f are you doing, you and those others?" "Saiyan, isn't it obvious? You should have known by now. We have never agreed with you. We never wanted you to be here. We have always hated you, and you have clearly had to realize this hatred from us increased even more when your stupid son was born, who now poses a great danger to us all. We have had enough, and we have come to end your night, and that of your son." At that moment, Aaron, Goku's son, would arrive and he would ask his father what was him, but the demons would be in charge of telling him everything. Goku was surprised to hear all this, because he never really believed that they were born to disobey the king. "Father, they want to fight, don't they? Saying you can no longer do anything. This is your end, and although the king will not forgive me, I know I didn't put good grace at it. The king is totally crazy to trust you, saying, Let's not. Then let's make a deal. Let's do it this way. If one of you manages to beat my son Aaron, then I will make you a box. If you win, and I promise that I will let you kill me. And I will not oppose, I will not resist. As for my son, if it turns out that he wins the fight, like he and I will stick, and you will never bother us again." This seemed like a good deal for these demons, who were not a bit worried, and this seemed to them to be a very easy thing to do. "So, that's how it will be said, and things get difficult. Don't hold out, as I know you don't when you fight with me. This is a fight to the death, not just a fight like you and I do. It's time for you to show your powers and what you're capable of." "I understand, Father, and that's what I will do." The three demons wanted to fight against the Born, but it could only be one because they were bloodthirsty and liked to slaughter their victims, and if they did it all three together, not be so much fun. So after a moment, it was decided who would be the one to fight, and he would tell Aaron, "Today will be your end, boy. Hold!" And he then start to laugh sadistically, imagining how he would torture his form, and he would say, "Thy hand will ain't anymore. This will be so not fun." Aaron just looked him in the eyes and didn't say a word. At that point, but he knew would attack the boy Aaron, who would do it too, and both were starting to have a big battle in the place. that was going to be felt all over the universe. They were so white, but at one point Aaron used the technique to use his entity and make him imagine that he wanted the battle to be over. At this moment is when Aaron took advantage with a simple deception and illusion. Aaron would give him a strong punch in the stomach. It would make him fall to the ground at that moment. With what is all this power? Says, wait, was this kid so strong? Aaron would tell this to either. Get out. Are you going to let me finish you off so easily? The demon would get up from the ground, but he could not say another word. As at that moment, he would give him a strong punch in the stomach that would make him fall to the ground for the second time. The demons who were watching this were speechless for this. The demon could not get up from the ground even if he wanted to. Anyway, hit he received from Aaron was as if a part of his body was being ripped off. That's how the demon and Saiyan described. Aaron was about to kill him, but one of the others said, "Stop! Don't kill that useless guy. We thought he would be in woe, but I see he's a scumbag. In fact, I should have left you poor mum. What happens now is that LA and that's and things won't be so easy, boy." Meanwhile, on the other side, an enemy of Goku had entered the demon universe. Aaron had just finished a fight against one of the demons, who had certainly ended up humiliated by this bomb. For that same reason, one of the demons said, this one would not be as weak as the other one was. The demon who was on the ground would stand up again, tell Aaron, "Listen, boy, we haven't finished yet." How stupid. What are you doing? Do you want to be killed? Can you still stand up? You surprise. Honestly, I'm disappointed in you. You are my first real opponent that I had faced, but you are a bit obnoxious in a fight. I wasn't thinking of killing you, but that's what I'll do. If you could menu with this demon. I know how you rule yourselves and how you are. Not for nothing. The demon can't all. Everything I should know about you, demons. I know you are thrilled with proud, and it is because there certainly never existed any person who had been able to face you. But nevertheless, the situation is totally different now. You are oppressed by a child like me, and that hurts you so much. Oh, I see. So the king told my son everything. But why did you hide it from Mulu? How strange. The demons had heard the words of a child Aaron, and began to sweaten. As they knew inside that the child was white, in some things he said. The reason why they were really spared, because they feared that the demon king had told Aaron the secret of the demons. Phil, who's can't be. This child doesn't know it. When the first time I feel I've hatred toward that demon king. Anyway, demon, if you want to live, don't continue with this fight. You were not strong enough. Why pity you? This cursed child, what the hell is wrong with him? Tottenham Lu, won't that? I will not let him humiliate in this way. This is very risky. And I must do it. I must kill this child by any means. What he did to me is unforgivable. The boy Aaron noticed this strange attitude in the demon, and knew immediately what he was planning to do, and he would say, I know everything. I knew what you were thinking right well. Then tell me, are you really thinking of risking your life in this way, just to kill me? But now, no, he can't be. How the hell does he know? I can't explain it. The kings had never told him. But why did he do it? That's right, demon. I know everything. The demon tank told me everything. He already knew that this would babble. What's more, he is now wanting this fight. Everything was planned by now. Now, in these moments, you are a test for me. Test that Demon King gave me. Apparently he knows you perfectly well. That he deduced that all this would happen. So he told me everything that I said no. No, I glad thee. This is impossible. We planned it for a long time. It can't be that the king has been behind us for all this time. He used us. He surely know who'd obeyed him and who wouldn't. I shouldn't be surprised. Yes, the demon too, or the knob. Very little. We will kill that child at better cost. Demon, you still think you'll risk using 5 parts of a 6 to obtain a supreme power? He believed the Demon King doesn't want to do it. He blended the Supreme D-Head skin say 5 of its 6 arts. He must give the as a reward a part of his power. This is very risky. If the user is not able to support so much power, he will die. Are you going to risk it all that way? Don't be stupid. That's right. I have more reasons to do it, damn child. I should be risking doing it. The possibility that he will succeed is very low, but there is still the possibility that he will succeed. I shouldn't risk in doing it. The possibility that he will succeed is very low, but there is still the possibility that he will succeed, and I shouldn't risk it that way. I know what I should do. I hope the King doesn't get angry. If I fail once, I play revenge on your chances. I should brace him, you're one of them is. If I make a mistake, everything will be lost. At that moment, Aaron analyzed the demon for a few seconds, so they turned it where in the body he put one of the hearts of this baby. This was not easy to know, since these demons that knew their arts at will, in different parts of his body, so it was proving somewhat difficult for Aaron. At that moment, Aaron was ready to do it. He had already looked at him, and in a second, without thinking about it, threw himself against the demon. And in many instances, he would pierce the demon with one of his adds, but he failed. A demon who saw this would start laughing loudly at that moment. He would regenerate the hole he had in his body, and then he said, I really imagined that you would try to destroy one of my arts, so that I could not offer the other fine. That's why I put them in a place where it would be easy for you to find more. I waited for the right moment to wake you at bow, and in that instant, I changed their position. But you ought little. Yet die right now! Aaron would attack this demon to kill him with a deadly attack. I'm avoiding to do it. The other demons would distract the boy Aaron for a few moments. And even though he tried, he could not avoid what bad to happen. The demon had the spy barks, and at that moment, when Aaron could finally get rid of the others, he was too white. The demon had already made the deal of the five marks. At this gated, this demon was beginning to increase its power in Northern Slate. So much was the power that it was giving off, that it was even dragging Aaron and the others far away. A great white light was emanating in the place. The other universes, of course, began to feel this. Even in the other multiverses, they were coming to feel his power. Everyone in the place, speechless. Like Goku would say, what is on this power? I never felt it in my life. This is terrifying. It's my fault. I shouldn't have trusted so much in that way. I should have thought things through. I failed. I should have Goku told me I'm a complete idiot. With even Angus washed, he would not say a single word. He had no choice but to accept the Zabri demon's deal, because it could not be broken. In the universe of the demons, something had happened that absolutely nobody expected, and it was one of the supreme demons had made the deal of the five arts. This one would obtain an extremely terrifying power, thanks to the fact that he possessed a part of the power of the Demon King. This great power made him be felt by all of the multiverses, and this demon had reached his perfect form, since for some reason he could support that power. But at that moment, an enemy of Goku had arrived, which he forgot to eliminate. It was Vegeta, who for some reason could discover the multiverse and the games. And in this way, he defied his rival. Nope. Vegeta, what the hell are you doing here? You pen at the worst tide, idiot. I can't take care of you right now. My son is in big trouble. I see. How interesting, the Chakarot. So you already had a son. I'm applying this Paris. How fast? You forgot about Che-Chi. But that doesn't really matter, Chingy. I can't hear to killing you. A few years ago, I couldn't. But now I have trained too much, and I am rich, and enormous power. Vegeta, you don't look scared. You're not able to see when it's cat, but look at Bokime. He doesn't stop increasing his power. He's too powerful. Now, you will have to be my ally, Vegeta. I am sorry for ruining your plans. You say it because of that stupid demon? Don't worry. I will finish him quickly. And finally acting finish off Fudge here. And I will too, you. At that moment, Vegeta would transform himself and would throw in so quickly against the demon to kill him. Because this was bothering him too much. Because his presence was not allowing Vegeta to have his fight against the Saiyan. So this one would attack him. But as expected, this one would be expelled from the place just by approaching him. And this supreme demon was still increasing his power. Vegeta would be surprised by this and would say, impressive. I see how this demon is very strong. But he can't fight me, wet bastard. Vegeta, what are you doing? Don't interfere. This is my son's spot. You can't interfere, idiot. Shut up, Tatolet. I will and then head to steam. Up! Vegeta again would throw himself against the deal. But Goku had said, what a bummer. To take Nerma's dastard for a while. I told you, this was not your fight. Don't enter down. At that moment, Goku would manage to distract Vegeta, and he would tell his son Aaron, I trust you, son. I know you can get fate gift. Aaron, seeing that the demon was very strong, he decided to increase all of his power. But this part was the supreme demon that already reached his maximum power, and he would sing, The time is public. Too bad you reckon war speed to use this transformation though. Not now. The power that blows and move will make me unstoppable. A stupid kid like you. How pathetic. Sincere. I risked too much to make this deal with the Demon King. There was a possibility that my body could not withstand all this power, and I knew that I would. Not one minute. I am one of the supreme demons. The most powerful demonic race of this multiverse. Jim, Demon, I don't care how much power you will have. I will beat you at any cost. When it is Wahal, will be the successor of the Demon King. I am tired of listening to your balls, Ted. You are not understanding the difference in power between you and me at this moment. I repel you like a bug. And the most thing is that the Demon King will see all this, then will not be able to intervene. I will enjoy it so much. What a pity that his successor will die before taking his place. At this moment, the demon will do one of his techniques called Divine Blast. He would launch it against the demon child parent, who would break it while he was dodging them, and beats one of these balls of energy, contained a great destructive hollow, which contained all the rage of this demon. If one of them managed to touch him, he would end up very bad. Stop running away, child. Except Georgia, as a true demon. Don't try to drag us out any longer. I'm going to eliminate you anyway. I see. Let's try to touch. Thus. The demon would throw a bow of energy at Aaron, which was flow the divine death. This would be thrown by surprise, and Aaron could not dodge it at all. So it would hit flat off, and he would lose it, would bleed. Nobu would see this, and with tears would say, No, soon. What the hell are they doing to you? Planks, you must resist. Try still with fast. The Supreme Demon would start to laugh sadistically, and would say to the boy Garen, What's up, Lord? Hell really destroyed your out. Now I will do it with all your bodies, the limbs. Minutes left of you. I will give it to you time to regenerate your wounds. Even if you are a demon and have the ability to regenerate, this takes a few minutes. And in that short time, I will destroy all you. and I would enjoy watching you suffer. It's really so entertaining. Demon bastard! How dare you tell this to Ed? You guys are totally out of your minds. You are repulsive. Each of you. At that moment, Aaron attacked the demon, and they hadn't even played for a few minutes, since Aaron was too angry because of what he did to him. But even so, he couldn't even pick him. His other was already starting to regenerate a little, and at that moment, the Supreme Demon would destroy the other one in an instant. And Aaron would fall to the ground, being hurt with such magnitude. Please, that was very powerful. I thought I could defeat him. This one was not even able to move, since he had lost of both arms. It was going to cost him more to regenerate them, because there were already 2 arms which had destroyed him. Even the other Supreme Demons were perplexed when they saw how bloodthirsty their companion was. Apparently this power was consuming him, and was making him even more malignant and unhinged. This one would go for his lives, but Goku didn't resist anymore, and let Vegeta intervene in the fight that faced Vegeta. Vegeta would be happy to tell the demon, "Too bad you are the best one to try my new but extraordinary demon power. But after eliminating you, they can find me Q, Akarop too. And then who the hell are you? Another stupid Saiyan. Don't tell me. That's right. And I go want him with injured love. I'll leave him to slice you at that brat." At that moment, Vegeta would increase all his power and use his last transformation. Goku was surprised with Vegeta's power, but think, incredible. That kid became very strong. Like Alert was supposed to be the best person I would cure with this transformation. But now, you ruled. So long. If you want to be like Aaron, go home. But you won't be able to regenerate, and I haven't finished my work with that kid yet. And that's why I'll eliminate you. We agree on that. We both the jobs to teach, so not speech quickly, deep. Vegeta would appear above the demon, and would throw one of his techniques, which would impact the best one. But the demon would counter that. But this would give back Vegeta. But lucky I didn't use all my power in that technique. Does it not? It would hurt me a lot as well. This Saiyan is as strong as the other Saiyan was. How interesting. But even with all that power, he has no legs. Meanwhile, the other demon was seeing that the rules were broken, and others were fighting against the demon. These would also fight, but the Demon King made them come to his palace with a technique that he possessed. He could intervene with them, since they had not yet made any deal with them. So he could do whatever he wanted with them. He would tell them in that place, "You do not get involved in this. That's why I made them leave here. They still have ended punishment on disobeying me." Mud Kang for girl eyes. Meanwhile, in the battle, Goku thought, "This is useless. Vegeta will never be able to fight him. He is wasting his time. Seems that at the end, I will have to take care of it." At that moment, Goku would say to Vegeta, "Stop! You won't be able to fight him. He is too powerful." "But what are you saying, Kakarot? He hasn't even heard me. It's obvious that I'm stronger." "No, Vegeta. He was just analyzing you. He wasn't using his true power against you yet." Vegeta would accept with difficulties anyone he continued fighting against the demon. Goku would tell them, "I will use my hidden power that I obtained after becoming a demon. I never really thought that I would use it. I even made myself believe it was stronger than me. But that's not the truth at all." Then you would lie to me, Father. You are a fool. Anyway, I'll show you my hidden power, demon. I promise I won't make you suffer too much for what you did. What are you saying? You're just useless. At that moment, Goku decided to use his most powerful transformation, which he obtained after becoming a demon. So suddenly, the place was illuminated, and a power never seen before emerged in the Saiyan. Goku would tell the demon that now he would finish him off. And at that moment, everyone present was stunned by such power. Even the Demon King felt fear when he perceived the power that was coming out of the Saiyan. Oh, really, that power is my father's. Isn't very strong, Aaron would say, surprised. What already regenerated the hits of his ardent that you lost in the battle. Meanwhile, Goku, with the rage of a demon, would say to this guy, "One day, me, I was best pressed days, but I never thought I would use with an idiot like you. Now, you will feel my fury." But what are you saying, Saiyan? You and I are at a totally different level. You think that by using the demonic power, you will be straight of a maid. Goku would just listen to what this demon said, and at that moment, he would hit this demon in his stomach with a divine attack, which would make him crash into some rocks nearby. But how? But couldn't he could see how close he does? He stirred fast. There, it can't be that I couldn't even be able to react a moment. This must be a mistake. Surely it's because I trusted him, and I overexposed myself. Damn sin. How dare you attack me like that? Right now I will do what I should have done. How'd I go? Jill you, with your damn son. This Dini, and I would approach Goku to hit him. But Goku didn't even try to move, and would grab this demon's arm, and he would say, "I was planning to kill you quickly, so you wouldn't suffer so much. But your attitude does nothing but give me reason not to do it." Goku, at that moment, the arm which he had grabbed, he would destroy it, using his own power. And at that moment, the demon would scream from the pain, and he would say, be ripped of my arm is hot. Of the Demon King's power is not enough. What the hell is going on? Aaron would see this and think, what is wrong with my father? He is not like that normally. Make that transformation is consuming me. He is acting coldly. I guess that is something he will have to learn to control every time he uses that transformation. Suddenly, someone with an appearance very similar to one of the guardians of Zeno-sama would try to stop Goku. Because this was part of them, or this was what Goku thought at that moment, leaving him confused and surprised. So there are more of them in this universe? How is it you could access this place? You know, I really don't care. You just came to annoy me. Well, I was just coming to inform you that the king of everything, Sana-sama, sent... The guardian had not finished the sentence, and Goku, mowed down by his power, would take him by the neck and kill him. But Goku did not know that he had only come to inform a message from the king of everything. But on the other hand, the Demon King was watching the fight, would think, what the hell is going on? Not even with that part of my power is he being able to face the Saiyan, to Daisy. I never thought that mortal would get all that power by becoming a demon. He is very powerful. As for Aaron, I see that he is not ready yet. He still has many things to do. His power level is still not enough. If he wants to be my replacement, he should make more of an effort. Meanwhile, on the other side, someone unknown had awakened. Someone the Demon King knew very well. The Supreme Demon Kagi, who would hear the Demon King's thoughts, would say to him, "Sire, do you still want that stupid kid to become your successor? But the partner humiliated him like what? You are completely crazy." You will never understand. That child is the only one who can. And in any case, his father, Goku, would also be an excellent successor. But I doubt that he would want it. That's why his son, Aaron, should be it. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Goku was humiliating this demon, who was not able to make any scratch to the Saiyan. They were fighting, but the difference in power between them was huge. I had enough of you, demon. Now it's time to end your life. I had enough fun with you. But what is this Saiyan thinking? That I am a simple toy? But because he is so superior to me, I made the deal of the 6 hearts with the Demon King. Because this damn mortal is stronger than me. It doesn't make sense. I risked everything to obtain this power. And now it will end this way. It's not fair. I will not let this wretch kill me, so it is I must do something. At that moment, an idea came to this demon's head, and immediately he would do what he had thought. He would take Vegeta unawares and take him by both arms, saying, "Damn Saiyan, if you eliminate me, I will kill this Saiyan too. It's up to you." Really? I don't care what you do. I'll eliminate you anyway. You thought I cared about Vegeta's life? But how stupid. Having been able to take my son Aaron, who was unprepared, you preferred to take that bastard. What an idiot. You're totally finished. Get off of me, damn it. What the hell are you doing? Goku would see Vegeta and tell her, "I'm sorry, Vegeta. It was a pleasure to have met you. We were very good friends until you betrayed me and locked me in that place. Then we became enemies and fought infinite times. But now that story has come to an end. There is no other option. Goodbye, Vegeta." No, Kakarot, what are you doing? Don't do it, please. He can't leave. He has plenty to do it. Goku just looked at them for the last time, without saying a single word. And at that moment he would do one of his techniques, which was called the Spiritual Destroyer. He would throw it against these two, and at that moment he would impact with them and would end their lives. This caused a great explosion, which immersed itself in the multiverse, causing a great wave that absolutely everyone felt. One of the Preedins had not. So everyone have heard about this. One of the supreme demons who saw this would be speechless and would say, Mo, that's Saiyan. Glenn killed him. But how? And tired of holding back, that Saiyan will see what I am capable of. He could kill that idiot, but with me it will be given. I don't kill him. It's my all, lads. I am tired of that bastard. The Demon King would hear this and tell him, "Do demon, think about trying. That Saiyan could kill you in seconds. Come on. I already lost one of you because of your arrogance. And I warned you not to mess with that Saiyan. I don't want to lose any more of you. That Saiyan is on another level completely different from yours. In fact, I am the only one now who can defeat him. But I have no need to do it at all. My daughter Nin would not forgive me. Even that Saiyan could rival my power when he obtained his demon state, whose power multiplied abysmally. I don't care. That stupid Saiyan will not defeat me. I will go and kill. I warned you, Kagi. And why don't you all say a single thing? Have you not come here? The other demon would ignore what Kagi wanted to do. So in the end, only this demon went to where the Saiyan was. She would arrive, and Goku was already leaving the place. So she would attack the Saiyan from behind, but he wouldn't even turn around. Every attack that she gave to Goku gave him a feeling that he was missing the ball, or really Goku was so fast that she didn't even realize when Goku was dodging her. Wait! His movements, but too fast. He was able to dodge my attacks without even noticing his movements. His reflexes are very impressive. This sail, where an elite possesses the true aura I do, and You Mitsukurai's heat, but actually feel the getting close to him. And ride to see adjusted glory and live. To him, this is humiliating. He was thinking, bowing for. Since fighting with would be a waste of time for him. While Goku walked, everything around him would be destroyed. His power was felt by absolutely everyone. A terrifying power welled up in the Saiyan. A demon god who for some reason was starting to have a feeling of fear and dread. What is happening to me? Why am I feeling this? It doesn't make any sense. They sliborted shit. What the hell is going on? And no, Saiyan must die. I will kill him, but now I will avenge you. More of it. That would. But dealing Club E would do one of her most powerful techniques, which was called the Supreme Attack of Demons. This attack multiplied by 10 its power at the moment of B lost. Only a few deeds had been able to master this technique, and at that moment, Kadi would say, "The cat, your god is saying, if you continue to parry, you problem me. You would already make things easy upon me. You will not be able to survive this attack. No matter how strong you are, as soon as it hits your body, you are damning to dust, or no, with your stupid sop." At that moment, Goku would turn and tell her, "Seriously, by warning, dearie, if you keep bothering, I will have no choice but to kill him. I was thinking of just ignoring you, but you are annoying too much. If you want to continue living, get out of this place right now, or else you'll suffer the same fate as that. I had no intention of killing you. With your actions, it seems as if you are asking me to kill. How stupid. But do you mean caught you would think? What am I doing like, well? I said I would kill you. Now, are you willing to disappear inside? This isn't making me cold. Wait. Well, I understand. Now everyone in Penleague says. So we get that want to come. Because she knows she, nor I, would be rivals against Pet Slain. With why was she trying me? I would have been meted, and she wouldn't have come right now. She always, when she's next court sapling. A Primskis had never to bring in a million waters. Go. It's called knowing this. I don't know what myself would have dad said. He came with Kamuri. He'd walk like him, go, none punished for that. Guys, we met, there came. The demon would start laughing, good-naturedly, and say, "I don't know what you said to me now, saying, Daddy." At that moment, this demon would launch the supreme attack technique to the Saiyan, which would be about to hit back the same, when he would deflect it with some difficulty, since his attack was very powerful. And this would impact in a very far place, and would destroy the whole place where they were, leaving the place in just rubble. I warned you. I told you to get out, and instead you have deferred to attack me. Now I just have to kill you, demon. How? He deflected my power. I think it was in case of him. That father could he tell that? In my existence, no one has been able to survive but the black, much less neglected. They used it to think then of his, but still, however, then, and if I please, it's a ride out of him. How he said is say, he's able to pull a babe in the top like that? He is that sad. While this was happening, somewhere else, so they finally decided to rape me almost 3 million years ago was the last week. Why have you decided to wake up right now, sir? That's trackers. And I didn't wake up just by coincidence. I felt an exceptional power. But where it laid comes for a cell that has become for demon, says Zarama. But what you intending to do? What are you to buy? And why do you keep your fuel in the fore? You not intend to use your deal quarrel. It is something that later you will understand, Rennie. But now I will keep the spawns that they do not repetize me, or else all the deities could be alarmed, and it would be chaos. So, thinks to leave to divide dimension. Gozu, that lace. Meanwhile, in a place, Goku would already tell Kadi that it would be her end, and that now he would end her life, so she had no choice but to do it too. The deeb of my birus. Safe with killed me by bound to something like no, dying with a hope I should have so glue. Let's dean. But if I don't do it, I will. Who cared? I will do it. Yeah, bitch. At that moment, Miss Dealin would destroy all of her hearts, with one heart missing, which made her start to increase all of her power, as it had happened before. Come where? She would increase her power in a few way. And also, she already possessed part of the power of a demon geek, thanks to the treaty. She kept increasing her power. But Demon Sui, who was watching the fight at that moment, would think, how? What do you do with? Don't stop. You won't label the bird. If you knew more than just short, you wouldn't do it. He knows you won't be able to stand it. So when he does, it's not to break the deal. But he knows that if he does, that you will be able to stand it. On the other hand, Aaron would say to the Saiyan, Father, why are you admiring it? Why don't you do anything to avoid it when he's loud with you? If you don't stop it, then I will, Father. Stop. There. Don't do anything, or you will die in the attempt. Just watch. The Delicati kept increasing her power. Or when the time came to almost obtain it complete, she would fall to the ground. She could not support so much power, and fell down in a deplorable state. For some reason, she had not died, but she had fainted. Oh, so you knew it, Father. How did you know that something like this would happen to you? So. That ain't right. If that woman could have controlled that bowen, she would have been down back to the main. But Demon King was watching us, and the Zumi demon said to them, Why didn't you kill them? Didn't you plan to do that? You are wrong. We only gave her just enough so she wouldn't die. But she would be in a critical state. You out of no mind or what is wrong with you. Sumi would only now verbet that moment. Ihuak, Goku would say, I will kill him right now, so she won't feel it, and it will be Ben. Demon, I told you that I would kill him. That's what I will do right now. I won't take it back, just because you're in that state. You would do the same. So die. At that moment, Goku would charge a technique to kill the demon. But at that moment, Aaron would say, Slow, don't kill her. Look at the state she is in. She will die by herself, but he won't. Father, we must save her. She is not as bad as you think. I see it in her eyes. She was only mowed down by pride or resentment. But I know that inside she has something good. She is not like the Kamora demon you killed. You could see the evil in his eyes? Sought, witty, city. Don't you realize that she also wanted to kill us? Father, she was upset because you killed that demon. You must understand. It's okay. I will kill her. We will take what they need. Shoot. Father, I don't think he would like to see the very luck. Maybe she was kill her. Well, I would have cater be. Hugh will be the one who will protect her. Yet her mother wants to kill her. But Ing was watching this, and he would laugh, because his blend came out just as he thought it would. I don't know why they hate him so much, but I know that he would have a different respect about them, and I would say they waked up my soldiers. Wait, what is this that I'm dealing? Is this about? Goku and Aaron were next to the demon Kadi, who had fallen to the ground after she entered a state of paralysis, after failing to reach a deal with the Demon King. Goku and his son decided to take her away from that place, as she was about to die. So they arrived at Nin's place. Nin saw this and got angry, and said, But what the hell is this woman doing in this place? Why did you bring her here? I heard about what happened to you and those demons. They wanted to kill you despite my father's warnings. They deserve death. That woman shouldn't be here. I'll kill her myself. Apparently, Goku, you're still the same idiot as always. Aaron would step in and tell Neen, Mother, please do kill her. It's all my father's fault she's here. He was doing what he was supposed to do. I told Ed how to kill her. This is even worse. What went through your head when you thought of saving that woman? Don't you realize that as soon as she wakes up, that woman will try to kill us all? What's more, based on her state, I doubt she will wake up. It's better this way. She'll die in a few hours. No, Mom, you don't understand. I brought her in here just to save her from dying. She is not how you think she is. I know that inside she is not as bad as she appears to be. She was only influenced by the negative energy of her companions. I am sure of that. All right, son, I will hook this woman, and I will trust your words. But I only tell you that if she causes us too much trouble, you'll kill her? A few days passed after this, and finally the woman opened her eyes. She was totally confused. She was not able to know where she was at that moment. The demon saw a woman with her back turned and immediately recognized her. She knew it was me. But what the hell am I doing in space? Why am I with the Supreme Me? Haven't I died? That damn Saiyan must have killed me. I don't understand. I don't know. I hate that bitch for being with that stupid Saiyan. Oh, kill her. At that moment, the demon Kagi, without knowing what was happening, tried to attack Neen from behind. But at that moment, Goku felt the key of the demon. He immediately realized that the demon had awakened, so he quickly went where she was and saw what she had planned to do. Goku took her arm and said, "What are you doing, demon? And where is Aaron right now? He said he would take care of this." Neen would turn around and realize that the demon had tried to attack her and said, "I knew it. We shouldn't have trusted her. At the first opportunity she had, she tried to kill me. That's what I get for being so stupid and trusting my son's words." The demoness would be totally surprised. Seeing that the Saiyan was the one who took her by the arm, she said, "What the hell? You're the one behind all this? Why didn't you kill me then? You had the chance. We decided to save your life. My son make me understand that you are not like I thought you were. We spare your life, but I don't expect you to thank us either. It's just to make you understand that we are not your enemies. Just because we are not originally from your demon race, that doesn't mean that we are bad. I understand that from the beginning you hated me so much. When you realized that I got along so well with the Demon King, and at that time I really did plan something bad, but now it's totally different." Demon Kavi heard this and was very confused, because those who she thought were her enemies were the ones who saved her. Her friends, on the other hand, did nothing for her. At that moment, the resentment of the demoness felt towards them diminished. The demoness said, "Okay, I understand. But don't think I liked you for saving my life. You're still that dumb Saiyan." Despite saying that, the demoness was actually really grateful for what they did for her, and her perspective towards them had changed, although she didn't show it. The demoness was still with them, but suddenly, they would all feel a great power approaching. Goku thought to himself, "What is this power I'm feeling? Who is it?" Just like Goku, the others were also shocked. At that instant, someone would appear in front of them and say, "Found me. Are you the Saiyan who got the power of demons?" But who is this guy? Why is he asking me that question? Goku thought at that moment. Meanwhile, the Demon King had sensed a great power and thought, "The power? Is it my father? No, it can't be. That guy seems very powerful. But the power I feel is nothing compared to my father's. Who could that guy be? What other being in existence could make me tremble as that guy is doing to me right now? My father always takes longer to wake up. It is impossible that it is him." Meanwhile, Goku told this guy that he was Goku. Min saw him and thought, "That energy, that aura he transmits, makes me think I have seen in the court. He reminds me of someone, but I can't remember who it is. I have the feeling that I already know this guy." Goku asked him, "And who the hell are you? Why have you come to this place? Where are you from? And why do I feel you are someone powerful?" "The reason I have come here is because I have observed that you are from the Jaboboria. I called my attention to come to this place to meet you. Let me introduce myself. I am AIDS. I live in a lonely place. That's why nobody knows me." Remy, who was standing next to this guy, was surprised to see that he had lied about everything he had said. Goku found everything this guy said to him strange, so he told him, "I don't trust your words. It's all very strange. If you have all that power, the Demon King should have told me about you long ago. And yet he never told me about someone like you. Damn you. What are you planning? I won't get any time to do anything. At that moment, Goku attacked him as he did not believe what he had said. But he was stopped by his assistant and told him, "You better stay away, Saiyan." At that moment, Zarama told Remy to let him do what he wanted. And Remy told him, "So can see. I see that you want to fight. We haven't met well yet, but you already want to attack me even though I don't come with evil intention. But it's okay, say. We provoked him. If you want to fight right now, then go ahead." Aaron arrived at that moment and told his father to stop. "Father, that guy looks like someone very powerful. Please, don't try to fight him. Things could get very bad. You don't know that guy's intentions." Aaron said that, but it was too late. Goku attacks Naramas, but he was suspicious of what Hades had told him. Aaron warned him not to, but it was too late. Goku attacked Hades at that moment, knowing that he was lying about where he came from. Goku managed to hit him, then made him crash into some huge rocks nearby. What the heck? So that Saiyan managed to hit Zarama. That's not possible. Wait, God, get it. How he loves to play. Goku managed to hit him again and said, "You bastard, tell me who you are, and don't lie to my face. Why did you really come to this place? Tell me, or I will kill you." Hades heard this and laughed a little. "I see, Saiyan, you are interesting. I'm glad I came. You never cease to amaze me. I've already told you that I am Hades. You don't need to know more." "Father, don't go on. That guy is hiding something. Please, stop hitting him." "You don't understand, son. Can't you see his face? This guy is not who he says he is." Goku kept hitting this guy over and over again, and he just laughed. "I see that you have great Saiyan power. Congratulations for that. Someday you could surpass the Demon King, and that, for a mortal like you, is impressive. That's why I really came. But that's right. My intention was to come to fight you. When I know that you tried at first to betray the Demon King, but in the end you ended up regretting it. How does this guy know all that? Who the hell is he? It's very strange, and I keep thinking that I already know him from long before, but my memory doesn't let me remember him. It's as if he was manipulating my mind. Sure, that guy is subtly erasing the memories I have of him. Saiyan, what are you waiting for? Attack, or is fear consuming you? Don't be a coward. Alright, if that's what you want, then I'll do it." Goku at that moment used his most powerful technique, which was supposed to erase all traces of a person's existence. "You asked for it. Now you die!" Goku threw his power at Hades. Therein thought, "What's wrong with my father? That guy provoked him very easily. In that state, he is colder than normal. He must learn to control his emotions. Anyone can trigger dark feelings by making him angry." Meanwhile, the power had impacted with Hades, and everything would be filled with debris, and you would come out without a scratch. I already enjoyed this too much. The truth is that your blows were a great stimulant for my body. I needed someone to make me feel like someone inferior at some point. I was looking forward to it too much. But now it's time for me to eliminate you. Now that I will tell you who I really am, I can't let any of you be left to lie. You asked Intimo said. Well then, now it's time for you to know. Did that power really to absolutely nothing to him? It seems to be stylish very sorrow. But how is it possible for someone above that power to exist? I could even compare him to the Demon King. Suppressor. Tell us then. You are, you bastard. I'm thankful that I will be the last person who will stay in your lives. You should be fouled at that act. You are too big Faye, so I will tell you my name. I am Zarama. I will show you my true form, that's even seconds. But I'm innocent. He showed them in his true form. Yes, it's really me. Everyone was speechless at this, and Mean said, this can't be happening. No, I understand everything. It was him. That's why I don't remember him. He manipulated my mind. So you are Zarama, the one the Demon King told me about. I see. But I guess I won't be able to do anything. But I must fight that guy. I don't care if he's the great Zarama. I won't let him kill us just like that. I have never surrendered to any opponent. I have always faced my enemies despite the difference in strength. Nin heard this and sighed, saying, "Goku, I'm sorry. You won't be able to fight him. No matter how powerful you are now, he is Zarama. He is the absolute being. No one is above him in any way. He is the most powerful in all existence, and will remain so for eternity. Your efforts will be in vain, Goku. He will kill you in just seconds. You will only waste your time. It is better to die with pride. It's just the end. Thank you for appearing in my life. I will never forget you." Father, she's right. It's totally impossible to do anything against that guy. You really made a big mistake out of desperation, but it's time to pay for it. I know you just wanted to protect us, but it's okay. I'm sorry, son, but I will not stand by and wait for imminent death. I will die a warrior's death. Goku would attack this guy with all his power. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't even land a single blow. Remy would think at the time, too bad. I was just beginning to like these guys, but they brought this on themselves. There's nothing I can do about it. Saiyan, in spite of everything, you insist on continuing to fight. I can't help but be surprised, but I must kill you. At that moment, Zarama, without even lifting a finger, made them all fall to the ground with the enormous pressure he exerted on them. What's wrong? I can't move a bit. That guy is doing this to us without even moving. Zarama would make a little ball of power, which would be enough to kill them. He was about to throw it, but suddenly, the Demon King would appear and he would say, "I know you're not 80s. Hello, brother. It's been a long time. It seems you woke up earlier than usual. You surprised me. So the power I felt all this time came from you. It was so obvious. Who else can have a power like that besides our father? What a surprise, brother, to have arrived just at this moment. What a coincidence, don't you think? The last time we saw each other, we had a fight that almost ended the whole multiverse. And we didn't finish the fight because of our father. By the way, he is not sleeping. He no longer exists. Remember that. So this is Zarama. This is amazing. I have never had the honor of seeing these two together before. I was always expecting it. I see. So you are brothers. I thought Zarama was your father. By the way, brother, you won't kill those guys. I won't let you do it. And if I have to kill you for that, I will do it. Nobody has really seen my true power. I've been hiding it for millions of years. But now we will finish what we started one day. What are you saying? You have always been inferior to me. Do you think you can fight against me? Don't make me laugh, brother. Do you think the same thing that happened 3 billion years ago will happen? It's time to show you my true power. So the Demon King lied to us about his power. He is really much more powerful. I would never have been able to fight him. Zarama would seriously say, "Then I will also show all my power." At that moment, the Demon King started to increase all his power in that instant. And this great power was perceived even in the most remote places of existence. Therefore, all the deities realized that this power could only belong to one person. The demon god of Universe 2 would think, "What is this great power? It is impressive. That power can only belong to one individual. It is the Demon King. But the question is, why is he unleashing all that power? Is he fighting with a guy so powerful he needs to unleash all that power? It is frightening. The only person who can rival the Demon King is the great Zarama. But it can't possibly be him. What the hell is going on?" Meanwhile, the Demon King continued to increase his power without stopping. But suddenly he fell to the ground. The others who saw this were totally shocked. What on earth happened? Why did he fall so suddenly to the ground? I can't understand it. It's hard to admit it, but without him, we're totally dead. I won't be able to do anything against that guy. He's too strong. To surprise. I imagined this would happen. He's still the same useless guy as always. What a disappointment. What do you mean, you bastard? What do you mean by that? Zarama would just look at him seriously and not say a word. I should not be surprised. I should have predicted this would happen. The Demon King in all his lifetime had never released his full power. He always kept it repressed, because he really didn't want the universe to be affected by it. This caused his body and mind to keep this power as something foreign to him. He kept his body accustomed to a predetermined limit of strength, until today. But at this moment he decided to exceed that limit imposed by his own body.
His father told him never to use his real power, and this is one of the reasons why he never used it. And then what will happen to him? He probably won't regain consciousness for a few days until his body manages to recover. After that happens, he will have no obstacle to be able to use all his power. Kashi, we are lost. You didn't really come here to meet this Saiyan. Your objective was to attract the Demon King and fight with him. So all that stuff about your Saiyan dreams was an excuse? I see. You are very smart, Remy. You know me very well. But it took you a while to figure it out. However, my brother again managed to disappoint me. This is pathetic. Wait, so this guy won't kill us? It was part of his plan? Let's get out of this place. I wasted my time here. And at that moment, he left that place, leaving the others speechless. A few seconds would pass, and Goku would say, "Then he let us live." That denotes that he didn't even really care about us. He just wanted to have his battle with the Demon King. I thought we would die, but we didn't. Now we have to take the Demon King to recover. On the other hand, Remy would ask Sahara, "What do you plan to do now, sir? Why didn't you end the lives of those guys? They wanted to kill you." Simply because I was the one who provoked them on purpose. My real plan was to confront my brother, but otherwise I couldn't kill them either. Because in the end, they are in charge of protecting the creation left by my father. They do me a favor. Only if they get in my way again, I'll have to kill them. That Saiyan has a lot of potential, and could become even stronger than you, Remy. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the Demon King was recovering, and had not yet awakened. For Lee was with Goku and the others. She said she had to tell them something very important, and that almost nobody knew it. What do you mean? What is so important? You must be prepared for this. That the Creator God had a third thumb, and it is said that he lives in a totally unknown place. No one knows how powerful he is. He is so mysterious that not even my father knows what he looks like. He only knows that he has a brother, and he has never appeared before him. The only thing my father knows is that his brother was the first son his father had, and he is barely evil. So this day there has never been any report of him. The real fear of my father is that this guy appears and is so powerful as to make him and Zarama have to fight together. What do you mean? Like a brother? Why didn't the Demon King ever tell me? I don't understand. I can guess that he wanted us not to see him as someone who was afraid of something. He always wanted us to see him as the strongest being in existence, and that no one could stand up to him. So if that guy shows up, one's very existence could be in jeopardy. That's right. And in fact, even his own father became afraid of his son. I just hope that guy never shows up. If he hadn't done it in billions of years, he would have no reason to do it now. I understand, but now we just have to wait for the Demon King to wake up. After this, a few days passed, and the Demon King woke up, and he was surprised and said, "What are you all doing here? Why am I back in this place? What happened to me?" "No, you better not tell me. I know already. I left my life in the hands of that bastard again. Happy. Oh, you finally woke up, sons. You had 2 weeks like that. We thought you wouldn't wake up." "I see. Thank you for bringing me here. But I need you to leave right now. I have to do something." "Sir, are you sure? You just woke up." The angry Demon King said, "I said leave." They all left at that moment, and the king thought, what is the shriek frustration I feel inside? Just thinking that my life was in the hands of that bastard makes my blood boil. I thought it wouldn't happen again, and it ended up happening. It makes me feel so frustrated. I must try one more time. I will make it. The king started to increase all of his power, and again everyone felt it. Goku and the others outside the Demon King's palace were stunned. What the hell is he doing? Which one was him? Was he walked to die? Then let's go in and stop him. Goku was about to go in to stop him, but Mean said, "No, Goku, don't pull in. If you do, you will disintegrate completely when you come in contact with its power. But you don't understand. I must save him. I don't care what happens to me. I told you not to do it, Goku. In fact, we must move away. This time you'll make it. Host him, Goku. That's no way." The Demon King will continue to increase his power, but at this time his body seemed to hold. At that moment, he had been able to master his hidden power. "I done it. Now, brother, I'll take care of defeating him. You dashed." The Demon King had woken up after a few days so he would see his life had been in the hands of his brother. Zarama, which made him very angry, and he decided to whisk again to get all his power. So when would catch up with him, if you would faint, guess now, brother. It's time for me to defeat him. Now there's somewhere outside the Demon King's palace were speechless, and they felt all this power. They realized that the Demon King, if he had managed to get all that power, so they would quickly enter, then they would see that the whole place was in shambles. In addition, they would notice that the Demon King's eyes had changed to a radiant red, and his expressions were more expressionless than usual. Mean would feed his father that way, and he was beginning to notice a change in him. His look was not the same from that moment on. Neen would tell him at that moment, "Father, I knew you would master it. I trusted you all this time. I'm glad I wasn't wrong. And what are you supposed to do now? The power I noticed in you is totally overwhelming." The Demon King would hear this, and at that moment he looked at them with his serious expression, and didn't say a word. "Hey Min, what's up? Your father's acting strange. You know what's wrong with him?" Min also couldn't understand the attitude that the Demon King was taking at that moment. But the Demon Troggy seemed to have understood everything. "I didn't imagine this would happen with the king, but if there was a chance that it would happen..." She was about to say what had happened to the Demon King, and why he was acting that way. But suddenly, he would attack Goku for no apparent reason, and he would say, "What do you want? What the hell are you doing here? I will kill you. Tell me who sent you. Was my bastard brother, right? I know he wants to kill me." "But what the hell are you saying? You know us perfectly well. At no time we had any relationship with the god Zarama. What are you saying?" Goku had received a strong blow from the Demon King, and then hit against the wall, creating a big explosion and making him fall to the ground. "Why are you attacking me? We're supposed to be allies. Why are you lying like that? Are you trying to get into my head? I won't allow it, you bastards." At that moment, he would attack Meme in the same way, throwing an attack that made Meme be totally rooted on the ground. Meme would cry because she didn't understand why her father was suddenly starting to attack her at that moment. Kaji would try to tell them what happened to the Demon King, but he would also attack her and pierce her stomach. Only Aaron was left standing, and he said to the Demon King, "Would you attack me kill after all the training we had? I don't understand what's wrong with you. Out of all the surely, Aaron would increase all his power. He would manage to attack the Demon King unaware, and could hit him. For this would be of absolutely no use, because the Demon King grabbed him by the leg and dragged him on the ground, crashing him to the ground. Goku would see that the Demon King was doing this, and he would manage to stand up from the ground, saying, "Janyu, I don't know why you're doing this to us, but I will not allow you to hurt them." Goku would increase his power, and the great red aura would surround his body. "I don't care how powerful you are now. I'll do my best to stop you, and if necessary, I'll have to kill you. Shut up, you damn mortal, till my brother out throwing him, and there will finish him all. Since the last fight he had hidden from me because he's a coward. I will kill all the idiots sent to kill me." Goku at that moment would attack the Demon King, but before, Kaji had been able to regenerate, and so he would tell everyone what had happened. "Fan hopes you won't attack him, and we're doing it good. He no longer remembers them. He's not even able to remember his own daughter. Now his only thought is to defeat his brother. The only thing in his mind that has persisted for millions of years. I connect his present person with one of marrying him millions of years ago. I don't understand very well what he's saying, Kaji. What do you mean by that?" What happens is that he doesn't remember anything after the first time he decided to use almost all of his power. That was shortly after the fight he had with his brother. His father put that curse on his son. He told him that if he ever decided to use his great power, that he would suffer the punishment of forgetting everything. He would only remember what happened after his father's curse. It's impossible. And now what the hell are we going to do? Since he'll never remember us, that means we'll never make him come to his senses. If there's no other way to reverse the curse, there must be something that can do it. It's impossible. The only one who could really remove the curse and reverse it would be his father. Who, by the way, no longer exists. The Demon King would keep attacking them, but Neen would have tried to make him react, reminding him that she was his daughter, and all the moments they had spent together. The Demon King seemed to have remembered it, but this had really confused him. And this one would even get angrier, telling him, "No, I told you you wouldn't. Don't manipulate me. Mean, don't keep trying, except that he doesn't remember you anymore." He stopped being his daughter as soon as he got all his power. The Demon King would break all of Meen's bones, and Meen would not be able to move any part of her body. The Demon King had left everyone on the ground. Kagi told them that she already remembered him, that there is one way to make him come to his senses, but nevertheless, his memories would still be lost. She had to talk to someone, some person, with whom she had a very strong bond or connection, Kaki was telling him this telepathically. If so, why didn't you say so earlier? What's this about? Millions of years ago, there was a person whom the Demon King loved very much. There was Makeni, a woman he loved very much, the Archangel Goddess. They could no longer be together because of their incompatible race. By Ma, it was forbidden for demons and archangels to have any kind of social relationship, let alone love. But for some reason, they had fallen in love. They separated him from her, and that hurt him a lot, but she only occupied a big part of his heart. And if we make those two meet, she'll be the only one who can make him see reason. But psych, in fact, she's Nin's mother. And where is this woman? Where are the universe? Facts have really ever complied. The woman's not in this universe, and even worse, in this multiverse. She's in the divine multiverse, a place very difficult to access. There's the home of the archangels, the most powerful race of all. What, you really say that there are more multiverses? That's impressive. You say that in a place there are very strong subjects, and so it'll be interesting. Perhaps someone must distract him, so that we can recover our energy and regenerate. Then being it Zumi had appeared, and she said that she would be the one to distract him. Aaron likewise decided to do the same, so after a while they would manage to regenerate, while the others would manage to keep the Demon King distracted. Nin would worry about his son, but he would tell his mother not to worry. It was her decision. In addition, thanks to a spell of Zumi's that trapped souls, it bought even more time for them to leave the place. The Demon King managed to get rid of the spell, but the others had already escaped. They had to go to the divine multiverse, but it would... The only way to access it was through a ritual. This required someone who possessed Archangel blood. But this was impossible, since no Archangel wanted to contaminate themselves by accessing another multiverse. Kagi knew that the only one who could know another way to enter that multiverse was the dragon, Zarama. So this one would tell everyone, you have any idea what you're saying? That dragon's not even in this multiverse. He's in the multiverse where I come from. So that means we'd have to go to that multiverse. Now that I remember, I haven't told Zeno-sama and Daishinkan. It's really forgot them all this time. I'll take the opportunity to finish that job. At that moment, they would go to that multiverse thanks to the portal created by Kagi. At that moment, Zeno-sama felt the power of Goku, and his face changed completely to one of terror. But what? Why do I feel this power so great? Why is it so familiar to me? I don't understand. Maybe it's that Saiyan. No, it can't be him. Daishinkan would also feel this, and it would tremble, because he felt the power of not only one person, but of 5 people. After this, a few seconds passed, and in front of him appeared a Saiyan and 4 other people. Ah, then it was you. And who are these people? I only know that this is the Supreme Demon Min. What is she doing with you? Min would tell them that she was his wife, and that the child was her and Goku's son. This left Daishinkan and Zeno-sama even more surprised. That means this Saiyan did the ritual of the demons, and now he's part of them. That's right. They have not come to chapel here. They've come to finish what one day began, and end your lives. Daishinkan and Zeno-sama were fully aware that their powers were insufficient against the Saiyan, so Daishinkan would cowardly tell them that he would do anything for them not to end their lives. Goku didn't really care about this, and he was thinking about killing them, but the team in Kagi told them that they could tell him where each dragon sphere was located. At that time, they didn't know where they were, so knowing their locations would cut down their time, and they would be able to get to the divine multiverse much faster. We did think that'll spare the lives of these bastards. They caused me a lot of damage. Goku, you must do it. We don't have time. We need them to tell us where they are. Goku, after much thought, realized that it was more important, and decided to spare their lives in exchange for that information. So after that, Daishinkan told them where each of the dragon spears were located. After a while, they would manage to collect them all, and they would make the Zarama dragon appear. He would be in front of them, and he would ask them what was their wish. Nin knew how to speak the language of the gods, so she would ask the Zarama dragon how to access the divine multiverse. The dragon Zarama would be surprised by this question. He would tell them, there are only 2 ways to enter the divine multiverse. The first one is to make a ritual with blood of an archangel, which could create a portal to that place. The second is that 6 warriors with immense powers release all their hidden power in a single point, and this will create a distortion of space-time, which will cause a gap that will lead to a dimension, which in turn will lead to the divine multiverse. There is only one problem, and that is, if you do not manage to cross the immediate dimension, you will die, trapped in that place. I understand. So we must do it. That was all, Zarama Dragon. I don't want any more wishes. At that moment, the Zarama Dragon had fulfilled his wish, and it would be dispersed throughout the universes. I see then you need warriors with great powers. We are enough for this, Saiyan. But remember that the Zarama Dragon mentioned there should be 6 warriors. We would be enough, but one is missing. Ah, that's right. We hadn't remembered. I don't know who we could look for. Saiyan, there's no one in this multiverse with powers required for this. It seems impossible. I know what I'll do. For how this is gonna work. Then what you have in mind, Saiyan? What warrior kingdom I? I didn't think of any warrior, but I know how I could do it though. I'll split my body and soul in 2, so we'll create another warrior like me. I heard that we demons have that ability. What the hell are you talking about? Any slightest mistake and he'll never be able to recover half of his body and soul. I must do it. I say then. If you will, but let's get started on this. Goku would do his technique, and it would duplicate itself. These would go to a place cleared of planets, and would begin to increase their powers. Goku, Aaron, Kagi, Zinni. They would all increase their powers to the maximum, which would immediately cause the place to begin to distort to the point where a great rift opened up. The universes were trembling in fear because of this power. Everything had merged perfectly, and they would enter the portal, and it had taken them to a different dimension. In this place, the atmosphere was very heavy. The powers of the others were almost null in this place, so it would be very difficult for them to cross the intermediate dimension. In that place, the gravity amounted to the 50,000s. There was a great storm, and an extremely high heat was felt. And this added to the fact that they had almost no powers, it was becoming very difficult for them. One of them could not withstand this pressure, and could not go on. It was Kagi. She was very weakened and fell, so Goku had to carry her, and this made it much worse for her. Finally, they were able to find the exit in that dimension. They had finally arrived in the great divine multiverse, where the Archangels lived, one of the most powerful races of all. When they arrived, they were able to recover their powers, and they healed Kagi. When they arrived, they felt an unknown presence approaching them. What is that power that's approaching? It is true, I'm also feeling it, but I see that it's not someone common and ordinary. I'd never felt an energy like that. That person must be one of the Archangels. At that moment, someone would appear in front of them, and you would tell them, "Who are you?" I see that you're not beings belonging to this multiverse. You have an impure aura. How is it possible that people like you could have access to this place? Here, we are only beings of divine race. If the Supreme Entity Azuna finds out that impure people like you are in this multiverse, she will be very angry. But who the hell are you? And who is this Azuna that you've said? We did not come with the intention of looking for trouble in this place. We've come for something important that happens to be in your multiverse. But that girl looks familiar. Have I seen it before? I don't remember. That doesn't matter now. Listen into your ones. I don't care what you have come to this place for. I will eradicate you. That's why I'm the guardian of this place. You only pollute my universe with so much impurity. How disgusting. This had not happened for millions of years. Since then, no one pure had been able to enter these universes. Goku, I don't think it'll work to talk to the guy. He really only came to end our lives. That's where things won't end well. I see you trying to intimidate me. I wouldn't leave this place even if you asked me to. Who the hell do you think you are? We told you from the beginning that we aren't looking for trouble. I hope that in this place they're all not as incompetent as you. You surprise me, Impure. You seem to have confidence in yourself. I don't think scumbags like you would be able to stand up to me. What a shame. I wanted to at least entertain myself for a while, but the power I feel in you only disappoints me. On the other hand, Lady Akuna feels that the Guardian Zaru is using his power. How strange. He had never even used a little bit of his power since millennia ago. Now, for some reason, he's using it. Is he fighting? I don't know. I just hope he's not getting into trouble, that idiot. Otherwise, he'll have to deal with me. I've already forgiven him enough. He knows that if he fails me again, I will kill him. No, ma'am, Azuna, please calm down. He is probably testing his powers or something similar, as one would think. In fact, I thought that he's testing his powers. Surely something's telling off, but he's trying to hide from Azuna. That's why he released something to her. But he can also release very little of his power. She could feel it. Suppressed. Meanwhile, Goku would say to the Guardian Zaru, "It'll have to finish you off." No, Goku, you shouldn't fight yet. Remember that you haven't finished recovering. Passing the intermediate dimension left you in a very bad state. You should wait until you recover completely. No, Neen. what you're saying. I can't let you be the one to fight. It's not fair. You should listen to her, Goku. She's right. You lost a lot in that hell of a place. Yes, I can't do anything. Let's fight. I'll let you fight. I see. This'll be even more boring. I'll finish them off in moments, and then I'll eliminate you, you impure bastard. This one would think I shouldn't increase my power so much. She might notice. But, oh, it can't be. I feel it somehow she's getting suspicious. I must finish these fuckers off quickly before she notices and murders me for this. Mean would tell this guy, then I'll show you my power. Mean at that moment would begin to release all his power, creating a great aura around him. That's impressive. I'd never seen you use so much power. Perhaps he had been hiding it all this time. But what? At what point did he get so much power? I'll have to finish them as soon as possible. Mean would appear above him, giving him that big blow that caused him to shoot out, crashing against some rocks nearby. Interesting. Mien didn't do as I thought. That attack really hurt me. I didn't expect it. Unbelievable. In one attack he did that. Then it's my turn. They'll feel the true divine power. An impure like you deserves to die. Divine pressure. At that moment, Mean's whole body began to get very hard. She began to feel her whole body heavy. This did not let her move even a little, making her unable to do anything at that moment. She felt that she would almost explode, since she had felt that something burning was squeezing her more and more. Oh, damn it, what the hell did you do to Mean? You're miserable. I regret to tell you that she'll never be able to free herself from that seal. She'll die inside of herself. Her frustration will be so much that her mind and body will not support it, then she'll end up dying. I thought she could do it, but apparently their guy used a lot of power in that technique. Goku was still recovering, and he couldn't fight yet. Since Nin was immobile, he was not able to move because of the seal. Kagi, Aaron, and Zumi had to join forces to fight the Guardian Zaru. We must fight this bastard until Goku can fully recover. I see. So you finally gang to fight me before I kill him. If I were you, I would also fight to the death, even knowing that my opponent is far superior. But you must also accept your own fate, your own death. Since you entered the divine multiverse, you imposed your death sentence. Shut up, you unhappy bastard. The only one who will die here will be you. You shouldn't have messed with us. We told you that we're not looking for trouble, but you decided to ignore it. When the Saiyan Goku ends your life, I hope I don't meet another one like you. At that moment, the three of them would increase all their powers, and this was felt throughout the universe, drawing all the attention of the Supreme Deity, Azuna. So, he got into trouble, that idiot. I can see what he caused. Oh, wait, Mrs. Shirley, stop, too good at that place. At that moment, her right hand corner did not want her to get angry. Since the last time she'd almost finished with the divine universes, even though they have a great heal that protects her. She feared that this would happen again, their greatest fear. With this one could not avoid it. The supreme entity of now was heading to where his Goku was. Meanwhile, everyone would attack this guy, putting him in trouble for a few minutes, but he seemed to be too strong for them. I told them that they're stunned, who are idiots thinking they could finish the job. Pathetically, its multiverse will be arranged that impure, aesthetic beings like you. At that moment, the Guardian's arm would charge a great attack of the divine stick, which would be about to perform it against the three. But all that time was enough for Goku to recover completely, and you would stop it. Now I feel like someone new. Leave them alone. Now, you have to eat bastard. These guys are too in the lead, because they just don't accept their fate. This is already starting to kiss we ought. Guy, you damn impure. He would throw himself against Tofu, but Goku could stop him, and they would start to fight. Goku would give him a strong punch to the stomach, which would make him shit flare. We're a guardian of this multiverse, you're a bit up with that, don't you think? You don't have enough responsibility. I wouldn't be surprised that Azuna that you named before wants to kill you. This would increase his powers to finish with Goku, that it wouldn't be in now. Dofu would give him another blow that would make him fall to the ground. Roku would exercise his view and eye to the first time against someone, and it would make him suffer an eternal fate. It is impossible. How is it that my powers are not enough to test with this impure, that he obtained so much power, is all of a sudden, keep fearing pain, which is what he did to me. On the other hand, in the multiverse of demons, the Demon King had destroyed almost half of the multiverse. But finally, Zarama appeared in front of it. I've been looking for you non-stop, Weather. Now I'm going to finish you. Damn you. What's wrong? I'm noticing him different. Maybe he's fallen under my father's charge. If I seem to remember anything since the first fight I had with him, this time I'll kill you, brother. Meanwhile, Goku freed Neem from the field. They healed the others who were wounded on the ground. Tons and what did you do to me? Who would shout at Goku, but suddenly, the supreme entity Azuna had arrived at that place. No, it can't be here. It's all over. Kano would have tried to stop it, but this had been a ring. I see. So this was all about you. I can tell you are subjects and incure ranks. Forgive me, great Azuna. I was not able to eradicate the threat. Please give me another chance. I will not fail you again. The Azuna entity would only look at him, and this one would say, I warned you 100 times. At that moment, this one, with a simple technique, would eliminate the Guardian Zaru from existence, leaving the others perplexed by this. But hell, I eliminated him with a simple attack to that god. How can it be possible? So you are Azuna, the one who apparently feared so much that useless one. The Trinks disappointed me. To be someone with that responsibility. It's pitiful. But what's wrong? The aura she transmits is very heavy. I can feel it as if her presence alone crushes my body. Call me impure because you have come to invade sacred territory. Don't you know this was totally forbidden? You wish to die. Goku, don't look her in the eyes, for you might fall under her divine curse. Only those who are purebred can do that. How do you know that mean? Do you even know her? Then let me go, my father was the one who told me. He thought that I would never in my entire existence be in front of this entity. But anyway, he had wanted to warn me. This would leave Azuna's right-hand woman, Kana, somewhat surprised and intrigued, who would think at that moment, impressive. So they know about it, even though they are beings from another multiverse. Perhaps the guy who says that hero has had some contact with someone of our race? On the other hand, the Demon King and Zarama were about to fight. Brother, I see that you are still the same pathetic as always. Do you think you can beat me this time? Please don't make me laugh. Last time you disappointed me, and I let you live because I felt sorry for you. Now that won't happen again, brother. You will regret having let me live. Now I have awakened all my powers, and I will crush you like an insect. At that moment, Zarama would think, so if he did, he broke his limits, and my father's first was affected on him. No wonder he seems so different from how I last remembered him. That means he awakened that abysmal power within him. This will be interesting. But I can finally have a worthy fight with him. But I doubt he will be able to defeat me. Still the same idiot as always. What do bet you are doubting so much, brother? Attack me, damn it. Zarama would only stay still, waiting for his brother's move. He wanted to test his speed to determine what his move would be and counter them. So you don't plan to attack? What a coward you are. Then I'll attack, damn you. At that moment, the Demon King would throw himself against Zarama, attacking him with such abysmal speed that Zarama himself could not even notice. The Demon King would give him a great blow, which made him be thrown thousands of kilometers away, creating an enormous impact when they collided, which almost destroyed the whole place where they were. It can't be. I couldn't even read his movements. It can't be. He's too fast. And I'll fight for Rhea. In that instant, Zarama used all his power, and both had an abysmal battle, which made the whole existence perceive this. Each blow they made was stating destruction, which was causing serious problems in the balance of the universes. And at that moment, Goku and the others had felt all this. What the hell? Where does all this power come from? So devastating. The supreme deity Azuna would ignore this and tell them, I told them to tell me why they have come to my multiverse, or I will disappear them. I had tried to tell them, but they have never allowed me to do so. I tried to explain it to that idiot Zaru, but it was impossible. What happened was that in this multiverse, there is someone who could end the curse of someone we know. And who the hell are you talking about, impure? What subject are you referring to? What if his name? He is the Demon King. He fell under the curse of his father, making him forget all of his memories. But there was someone who was the model of his light, but they have to separate their love, because there was a huge problem, and that is that they were of very opposite races. Listen, it can't be that guy. It can't be him. I thought all this had already been settled after I defeated him. I see, so she don't know who this is all about. Then she could tell us where he is. Shut up, you fuckers! I will not allow you to take her back to that filthy multiverse full of impure ones. This is totally unacceptable. Then you won't hand her over to us after all we did to get here? Damn you, then I'll finish you. My father has to go back to the way he was before. Mean, please don't do it. You are no match for her. Don't even think about it. And sorry, Goku, but I can't let all our efforts have been in vain. At that moment, Mean would attack the supreme deity Azuna. But Azuna would accidentally see her eyes, and it would turn her to stone. Can't be. What have you done to curse Mean? She herself warned us. How could she be so careless? Her rage and anger caused her to be unprepared, damn it. What a stupid woman. Now no one can undo it unless I want them to. I'm afraid she will be petrified for eternity. I don't wish that on anyone. Cub, please tell me there must be another way to get her back to normal. I can't let her stay like this for the rest of existence. Saiyan, that woman is right. No one besides her can undo it. Unless Mean possesses a shred of purity. But that's impossible in a race of demons like ours. Saiyan, sorry, but she knew the consequences of what she did. It was her decision. We can't do anything about it, at least not now. Damn deity, at least give us that woman. Consider this as a sacrifice for you. Don't be naive. You really think I will accept just for that? You must understand that this will be impossible. You too will have the same destiny as that woman. Only that you will just appear from existence. At that moment, the Archangel Kana would say, I'm sorry, Azuna. I can't hide them from you anymore. No, Kana, what are you doing? They must not know. I want to go with you to where the Demon King is. And who are you because you say so? I say it because I am the beloved of that guy. I knew that someday it would happen, that I would meet him again, the love of my life. Ah, so it was about you. Now I understand everything. But what the hell are you saying, Kana? Know perfectly well that I put a seal on you, so that you would not leave this divine multiverse. I know it, great Azuna, but I know how to undo it. However, to obey you, I have not left. No one will leave this place. They will die here. The Archangel Kana have revealed that she was the beloved of the Demon Thing from millions of years ago. This angered the Azuna deity, as she did not want to reveal this to those whom she considered impure. These were of the race for demons, and for this very reason she did not want it to be revealed, since it was she who separated them in the past. Because they were very opposite races, and someone pure under no circumstances could be with someone impure. But in spite of this, Kana wanted to oppose the Azuna deity, and wanted to meet again. The angry Azuna deity would say, You know that won't happen, Kana. I will never allow that. No one will leave this place. Damn woman, don't you understand? It's her decision. She wants to come. That's why we came to your multiverse. No one can change my word. That is a divine law and cannot be broken. That is why I am here, to prevent pathetic beings like you from breaking it. I am sick and tired of following your orders. You only treat me like a slave, and I have obeyed you for millions of years, only to follow orders. But I am tired. You do not appreciate everything I have done, and you have kept me captive of my feelings. So, Kana, you plan to die like those impure ones will. What a pity. You more than anyone else know the divine rules, stupid divine rules. They're just bullshit. If you won't let us go, then we'll have to kill you. What a bummer. Saiyan remembers Mean. She is still turned to stone. What will happen to her? We will have to solve that. Now you just have to concentrate on not ending up like this, or worse. Kama would see the intentions of the Azuna deity, and it would try to stop it. Don't touch them. They will be the ones who will lead me to it. I don't think you understand yet, Kana. At that moment, the deity would show some of her power, exerting a great pressure that invaded the whole place, making everyone feel their bodies heavy, and all that pressure pushed them down, making them fall to the ground. What's wrong? I can't be able to move. I feel as if something giant is crushing me. All my muscles are contracted. Azuna forgot that many of her teachings did not work against pure beings like her. This had no effect on Kana. Queen Azuna, don't you think that if I am facing you, it is for a reason? If I knew that I could not do anything against you, I would never do this. I know that your power is unimaginable, and I will never be as powerful as you are. But I know a way to defeat you. Don't say stupid things, Kana. Neither you nor those pathetic impure ones could do anything against my divine power, which the 4 celestial divinities granted me. But what? What did she say? Did she mention 4 divinities? Wait, That means that there are beings more powerful than her. You know about that, Kagi? This is not the time to explain it, Saiyan. I will tell you later. On the other hand, the Demon King and Zarama were fighting, after both of them used all their power. This was causing an imbalance in reality. I see that you have become much stronger, brother. Before you were not even able to give me a little fight. You were a little pitiful. But now things look interesting. So this seems like a game to you, brother. Don't you know my intentions with you, stupid? This is not a battle just to ask for our power. We are fighting to survive. I will kill you with my own hands. Only one of you will get out of here alive. You will pay for all the mockery you have done to me all these millions of years. You only deserve death. I see. So he really thinks about going seriously. And I should not hold back even a little with him. I will also have to kill him. It's a pity that this ends up like this because of his stupidity. The loss of memory affected him a lot. Both at that moment were giving all of them fills. And although the battle seemed evenly matched, little by little it was leaning in favor of a Demon King. Leaving Zarama stunned by this. But what is happening? I am fighting with all my power. And I am feeling inferior to my brother. But what the hell? This cannot be happening. It is impossible. But what's going on, brother? Why are you making that face? Perhaps you have realized who is really stronger. Now just wait for your death. I will enjoy this as you have no idea, you bastard. At that moment, the Demon King, with all his anger reflected in his face, would appear on Zarama's back, hitting him a big blow in the face, which made him crash into several planets, destroying them instantly. With a single blow, he did this to me. But perhaps he was hiding that great power. I understand why my father forbade him to use it. But it can't be that he is being lowered before my brother. At this rate, he will only kill me. What am I supposed to do? Never before had someone surpassed me. This feeling of weakness destroys me inside. The Demon King would continue hitting Zarama continuously without stopping. He would perform one of his techniques, which made several giant rocks crush him. But he was able to get rid of them, and so he would say, "I've had enough, brother. I will have to erase you from existence with my supreme technique." At that moment, Zarama would do his technique called the Eternal Sun. This technique incinerated from existence everything it touched, including the user's soul. This would perform the Eternal Sun against the Demon King, and it seemed to be affecting him. But it was really just an act of his brother. Idiot. You thought you would kill me with that technique? It may have worked with other opponents, but with me that is impossible. I am at a much higher level than yours. What you feared so much would happen is now right in front of your eyes. It never crossed your mind even a little that you would be overcome, but it is what has happened. My technique of the Eternal Sun is infallible. How come I didn't cause absolutely nothing? This has never happened before. No opponent I have faced has been able to survive this. What the hell? Now it's my brother's turn. I think I played with you enough. Now it's time for you to disappear. The Demon King would do his most powerful technique, which would be enough to exterminate the great Zarama, and he would throw it against his brother. After so long, brother, die. At that moment, the power was about to hit Zarama, but at that moment, Remy appeared to save him, and it hit her, ending her life completely. With spring, she teleported Zarama to another place in existence, and made this attack impact with her, to make the Demon King believe that he had already killed Zarama. Can't be Remy. Because you did this, you didn't have to. I will never forget what you did, but it was very cowardly for me to run away from a battle. If my destiny was to lose and die, I had to accept it. But anyway, I understand what you did to protect me, Remy. Meanwhile, the Demon King felt completely full and happy at that moment, because he had finally won against his brother, and for eliminating him. At that moment, he remembered those guys who ran away from him, and thought, now I just need to exterminate those cockroaches, which annoyed me too much, and I can dominate everything that belongs to me. At that moment, he started to look for them all over the multiverse, causing a lot of destruction everywhere he went. It was not long before the whole multiverse would be completely destroyed. On the other hand, in the divine multiverse, Kagi would say, I'm feeling it. It is looking for us to kill us too. At this rate, it will finish with the whole multiverse without realizing it. We have to stop it fast. Kana, you must hurry to do whatever it is you are going to do. We must go quickly to him. I am also sensing his great anger and power, even though we are not in another multiverse. I told you, no one should escape. They were still on the ground, for even a deity was exercising his power against them. Now if you are impure, it is time for you to be erased right now. I see, I am not even able to face him. I am pathetic. The deity Azuna would say, Divine Destroyer. But in that instant, Kana would say, I told you, deity Azuna, you won't stop us. I sacrificed one of my 2 divine hearts for this. I hope the deal works or I'm lost. At that moment, Kana would say, Heavenly Gates. This technique required a lot of power, and that is why the Archangel gave one of her divine hearts to the poor celestial divinities, so that they would grant her enough power to imprison the Azuna deity. Azuna would see this and be surprised. What are you doing? You think you can do something with that? At that moment, she would feel very strong chains that enclosed her bodies. What happens? I can't move. I feel like I'm locked up. Damn, Kana, what did you do to me? You will pay for this. Kana would tell Goku, Saiyan, this will be enough to keep her unable to do anything, at least for a long time. This will be enough to go. Impressive. I don't know how the hell you did it, but you helped us a lot. Well, we should leave quickly. At that moment, they would go to the multiverse to which they belonged. But they had to go through the intermediate dimension, which was hell. But they could pass it without many problems. And after a while, they found the Demon King, who was destroying everything in his path. But Kana had appeared before him, and she would say to him, Or do you tell me that you don't, Sail? These words not only left the Demon King surprised, but also the others in the place, since nobody knew his name. But how? So his name is Sail. For some reason, nobody ever knew his name. I see. It's only that woman knew about it. That's why it's impossible for her to have forgotten it like she did with us. The Demon King stared at her for several minutes, in which some tears could be seen on his face. It can't be. It's impossible. It's really you, Kana. Can't you see? That's right, it's me. But I thought I would never see you again. I must be dreaming. Millions of years ago, that woman called Azuna separated us, because our races were not compatible. And when I was defeated by her, she assured me I would never see you again. She was very powerful, and I could not avoid it in any way. How did you get here? Well, I never would have been able to come here if it weren't for those guys. They were behind the Demon King's back, but he didn't know which guys Kana was referring to, so he would turn around and see them at that moment. It's not true. You say it was those bastards? But what's wrong with them? What's your problem with them? Why did you change your attitude so quickly? All this time I was looking for them to kill them. They tried to oppose me. But what are you talking about, Sail? They are not your enemies. According to what they told me, they were really your friends, and you appreciated them too much. But at one point, because of having lost against your brother Zarama, you decided to release all your hidden power, which was abysmal. And then you suffered the curse of your father, which was that you lost all your memories. After he imposed that curse on you. That's why you only remember me and your brother, because we knew you before that day. You say I lost my memory. I don't understand. There's no way I can get that into my head. You're implying that I bastards, and that we were very close. There's no way I can believe you. I doubt my father would have done me. He would never have dared. Don't be naive. It's obvious why he did it. Realize, he had to do it necessarily. He knew the great power you had, and how dangerous it could be. For that same reason he imposed the curse on you, because he never wanted that power to come to light, because it could put all his creation at risk. But although I don't want to believe it, that makes sense. But even knowing this, I can't help but want to end their lives. Ikagi, I think we should find another solution. Not even the person he loves the most in the world is able to make him change his perspective. The only person he appreciates is her. Something has to be done. Now that Kana is with us, I know a way to make him recover all his memories. But the problem is that Neen is still petrified. Kana would see this and tell them, "Calm down. I know how to get her back to normal. As the deity Azuna once mentioned, she just needs a little purity to reverse the petrification." At that moment, Kana would give them her pure power to Neen. And at that moment, the body of this one had finally begun to de-petrify. But this process took some time, since there was not much purity that she had received. And Kana could not give her much more, since she spent all her energies in sealing the supreme deity Azuna. I am sorry, Kana, but even if it is false or true what you say, I must kill them. They are an obstacle in my way. I must kill them. This has nothing to do with you, Kana. Please don't get involved. This is my problem. Get it? Just wait a few minutes and you will see what will happen. Don't be so desperate. That behavior disgusts me. For some reason, you not only lost your memories, but the power consumed you and made you colder and darker. Only with fur, that part stops reflecting. Shut up, you damn Saiyan. You're just in my way. I think it's stupid that you and I have been friends. Really, with someone as pathetic as you. Don't make me laugh. Too bad. It's hard for me to recognize you now. I've had enough of you. I'll kill you. Now that I've killed my brother, all I need to do is kill you. The Demon King would increase all his power, and this would attack the Saiyan. At that moment, Goku could not perceive a single one of his movements, and the Demon King was hitting the Saiyan with all his blows. Goku, you must hold on longer. Mien is not yet completely petrified. There are still a few minutes left. Please hold on as long as you can. Okay, copy. I'll try, but at this rate, he'll end up killing me before that. Your speed is supreme. It seems as if only the air itself was hitting me non-stop. It would be a few minutes, and Goku was being brutally beaten. He was being smashed into the ground repeatedly. Nin, please hurry up. At this rate, Goku can't take it. Please, Sao, please stop. Please don't go on. Don't let this evil consume you. But despite the words of the Archangel Kana, the Demon King seemed to ignore them. We only had to wait a little longer. But at that moment, something would happen. And that is that the petrification of Nin was reversing. And it was beginning to petrify again. But what is happening? Why is it reversing? It can't be. It was too little pure power. I was exhausted, and that's why it's petrifying again. It needs much more than that in order to stop being turned stoned. But I have no energy. Impossible. It's too late. Goku's efforts were useless. Even if they repeat the process again, there won't be enough time. I'm sorry, Saiyan. He will kill my father. There is no salvation. We are lost. Our efforts were in vain. There is nothing we can do. It seems that this is the end. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything to help you. If only Nin were well, only a ritual would be enough, between his daughter and his beloved, to create a bond between the three of them, and thus break the great curse. But now that is impossible. Everything is against us. We will surely die. And at that moment, the Demon King would say to the Saiyan, "It's time for you to disappear from this existence. The time has come for you to die. After I kill you, I will do the same with all of them." The Demon King would do his final technique, the most powerful one. He would charge it and would be about to throw it at the Saiyan. But at that moment, Goku thought, "I can't die now. It can't end this way. It's impossible for me to allow it." No one knew this, but while I was in the divine multiverse, I heard about the deal that woman made with those 4 celestial beings. And at that time, I spoke to them in my mind and offered to serve them for eternity in exchange for power. But they could only give me something called the Divine Eye. They told me that it acted differently on each person and could only be carried by worthy beings, and that it would be activated at a time when death was about to happen. I believe that this is the moment. The others who saw their spot, what happens? Because Goku doesn't move. Did he already accept his death? Well, I think we should all accept it. The Demon King would launch the attack to Goku, and this would impact against the Saiyan. The Demon King had launched one of his most powerful attacks on Goku, but at that moment, the great energy disintegrated that power, and the great light invaded the whole place. Leaving everyone present stunned. What is this great heat that my father enervates? It seems that his power has increased in an abysmal way. At that moment, the light that blinded everyone in the place would disappear, and everyone in front of their eyes would see Goku, who had reached a state they had never seen before.
Tama had noticed something that no one else had noticed, and this one would think, that aura, that power, those eyes. I know that. Perhaps he will have something to do with the celestial deities. It is impossible, but at what moment it happened? I always had my eyes fixed on him, and I never noticed anything strange. How strange.
He knew how to do it without anyone noticing. What a deal he made. I see it in you, Kana, so you've noticed. I shouldn't be surprised. You know then very well. The Demon King didn't understand what was going on. And this one would say, "What's going on, Kana? Why is everyone surprised by this?" I don't care if he only increased his tower a little. In the end, he only changed his appearance. A Saiyan like him could never face me. Such a pathetic race. A mortal like him wouldn't stand a chance against me. I don't know how you did get to disintegrate my power, but surely, well, let's just relax. I pity you, Seal. You only try to make excuses to steal yourself superior to me. If you really know, but you're already crushed. I tried to make you change. I wanted to show you that we were once friends. But your arrogance prevents you from sins. How despicable you are now. How disgusted. Shut your mouth, Saiyan. I get tired of your words. I was speaking of killing you quickly so you wouldn't suffer. But now, you've awakened in me, my instincts of a ruthless bee. Without schools, I'll make you suffer until you can't perish. I say, then prove it to me. But
That very moment, the Demon King would instantly attack the Saiyan again, smashing him against the rocks again and again. For what's wrong, Saiyan? Didn't you do anything? What was that you were babbling about just a few seconds ago? How pathetic you are. He would continue hitting Goku, and Goku was not defending himself. But what was going on? Why isn't Goku defending himself? Maybe that power isn't enough.
it can't be. Don't be silly, Kagis. It's obvious. My father's always doing stupid things. He does the same thing, and it ends up taking a toll on him. But this time, he's at another level. The Demon King is no longer an opponent for him. I don't know where he got that enormous power, but it's impressive. But what's that? That's all you got. Don't tell me. I barely felt a tickle. What the hell are you talking about, Saiyan? You're making fun of me. Take this. The Demon King would throw a huge ball of red energy at the Saiyan, but the Saiyan would take it and press it with his hands. But what? How could you do that? Because my attack didn't work against you. This is impossible. Listen, Sayo. I would care what you think now. The person you are now is not you. I don't want to have to kill you. You were a great friend. Ending you would be at 3 wins. What do you mean by that, Saiyan? Do you think I'll obey you? The Demon King would attack Goku at that moment, but Goku would give him a little punch in the stomach, which would make him spit blood. Let me talk. You're just looking for me to end up killing you, and I don't want that. What I was going to say, you must allow Kana to do the ritual. Understand? So the curse that your father put on you will disappear. But for that, your daughter Nin must be petrified first. What are you talking about, Saiyan? I don't have any daughter. I already told you that my father would never do that for me. Seal, you must listen to him. He's right. I'm the person you love most. Trust me. But even though you keep repeating it to me, something in my head denies me. I'm so happy with the power that I have now. Couldn't do that. Don't keep denying yourself, you idiot. Then unfortunately, I'll have to kill you. Apparently, the Demon King didn't want to understand him, and be incoherent and began to launch multiple attacks at the Saiyan, but they did absolutely nothing. Goku, for the second time, without him being able to see it, would give another blow to his stomach, causing him to draw more blood. It can't be. How did he become so powerful out of nowhere? Why is this happening? A few minutes ago, it was me who was dominating the situation. How could he overpower me in just moments? The hell did he do? Can't allow myself to be humiliated like this. Everything I fought for will only be lost. All my plans were going perfectly, damn it. Sail, I don't want you to die. I sacrificed half my life just to meet you again. As soon as Azuna escapes from my CO, I don't know what will happen. She's very angry for sure. It seems that my efforts are being wasted, just because of your pride. The one I knew millennia ago was not like that. Please do it at least for me. Forget your grudges. Just remember that I'm here. That should be enough. I don't know what they'll do to me, but I'll only allow it for you, because the love I feel for you is inexplicable. Well done, Kana. You did well. If I help you've recovered it, Nas. I think you can give enough pure energy to Nin to finish the petrification of Azuna. Kana had recovered a little, and already possessed enough energy, so she would give some of it to Nin's petrified body, and in that moment, Nin's body would begin to slowly depetrify. This would take a few minutes, but Nin was finally back to normal. This one would be stunned to see around her. What's going on? What am I doing in this place? Go, finish her eye. Don't look her in the eyes. Remember that. I see. So just remember what happened before you looked into Azuna's eyes and turned to stone. Nin, you must calm down. First of all, we're no longer in the multiverse. After you were turned to stone, Kata was able to seal Azuna, so we could escape. Wait, you see I was turned to stone? Chippy. How stupid I am. So in the end, it was me who looked into her eyes. But idiot. But it's not your fault, Min. We all make mistakes. So they found my father, I see. Listen, Min, we have to do the ritual to destroy the curse that was put on your father. Hana and he have to do it together. Hana was able to convince him. Then let's do it. Can't bear to see him like that. This will jeopardize your own balance, but you must do it. You must increase your power as much as you can to run out of energy. You must do it while holding hands. What the hell are you talking about? We'll never do that. You must do it, idiot. Kage, but if they do that, they could destroy the universes. It's a risk you have to take. At that moment, Kana would take Sail and Nin by the hands, and at that moment they would start to increase all their power without stopping. The balance of the universes were being destroyed. Everything that conformed them was beginning to change, due to this drastic change in the environment. After a few minutes, they had exhausted all their power, causing them to fall to the ground. But they were still unconscious. Haji, that's it, isn't it? That should be Saiyan. He would ask the Demon King if he could remember, but it seemed to continue the same. Nothing happened, you damn Saiyan. What's wrong because it didn't work? You're wrong, Saiyan, of course it worked. But what are you saying? At that moment, seconds after that had happened, the Demon King's eyes would turn white, and he would start to scream. The scream seemed to be endless. While this was happening, he was getting all the memories into his mind that he got for millions and millions of years. Thousands of past moments were going through his mind every second. He was starting to remember everything until... Kana, what does this mean? Why is he behaving like that? What did they do? Don't worry, Saiyan. Yak, it's happening just what was supposed to happen. He's now starting to remember everything, and his father's curse has finally gone. Dainin King continued to remember it, until after a few seconds everything had returned to his mind. But because of this, almost the entire multiverse of demons had been destroyed, and billions of living beings had lost their lives. There wasn't much left. At that moment, that became secondary, because the biggest threat was Yoda, since he would remember everything. Surprising, how his eyes are no longer red. That's good. At that moment, the Demon King Sail, who had remembered everything, would say, "The hell happened to this place? Brother, I swear I'll kill you. I swear." I see. So the last thing he remembers was just before he released that hidden power. We'll have to explain to him what happened. Hey, don't you remember anything? The hell are you talking about? Explain to me why I'm in this place. I don't feel the presence of many universes. What's going on? At that moment, Kana was behind his back, and he would turn around and see her. He thought it was an illusion, but she spoke to him and touched his shoulder. The Demon King's eyes at that moment would have shed many tears. How is this possible? How is it you're back? I don't understand. These people led me here. They were finally able to end your father's curse. I know you're very confused now, but I'm very excited that you're back. I missed you too much, sir. Faji, calm your anxieties. Let me know what happened. Listen, the thing you plan to do now, you already get it. And it didn't turn out how you expected. We warned you to please not do it, but instead you preferred to do it. What are you talking about? I kind of did. That's right, and thanks to that, your father's curse took effect. And you lost most of your memories, so you stopped remembering all of us, even your daughter, Mean. I couldn't believe it that you forgot me. You'll never know what I felt when my own father was trying to kill me. What are you saying, daughter? I would never try to do something like that. I would die first. Just wait, keep listening, so you'll understand. You tried to kill us because you didn't even know who we were, and so we had to escape and look for someone who could end your father's curse. So we went to the Divine Multiverse, and we had to fight a woman named Azuna, but we had finally found her. Kana. Why, I thought that woman, but how the hell could they fight her? Her power's abysmal. It's impossible. In fact, Ava had to seal her, but that would only serve to contain her for a while, so they could escape from that multiverse. And we did the ritual, after you almost murdered us. I get along. So that's what really happened. Damn father. It was a line about that. I hate him. I almost killed all the people I care about because of his stupid guilt. Tell me, was I able to finish off my brother? We don't know that, sir. But at that moment, flashbacks would come to the Demon King's mind, and he was remembering some of the things he did while he had his father's curse. And in one of them, he saw how he had killed his brother. He would fall to the ground, and Nin would tell him, "What's going on, father? What's happening to you?" He tapped him that way because he saw he had killed his brother, but really killing him never in his mind. Damn it. How did I do this? He was my only brother. The only thing I wanted was to defeat him. I'll never forgive my brother. Excuse me, brother. Sir, it's not your fault. You didn't know what you were doing. Because all the multiverse is destroyed, you told me it was my fault too. It was stupid. It will cost me a lot to rebuild all those universes. It'll wear me out. But father, the only thing that matters to me is that you're back. I love you. I wouldn't know what to do with you or have it back to normal. At that moment, the Demon King and Tana had looked into each other's eyes, and they would say, "That moment separated us, and now I have you back. I love you. I never stopped thinking about you. I was waiting millions of years to meet again with the love of my life." Who would give each other a kiss at that moment, which would make everyone happy, but this did not last forever. While this was happening, like everyone feared would happen. In that place, that one would look to the sky quickly because a gap would scormic, and a bid bright bite kapusim in fight it. The hell going on? What's happening? What does this mean? Too bad, but I was afraid of happened. I won't last any longer. What are you talking about, Kada? What do you mean by that? At that instant, a being would come out of the gap, which was Vivia Forvo. It was a woman with red hair, and a great destructive aura accompanied her all.
Happy Remy, because you did this, you didn't have to. I will never forget what you did, and it was yet a cowardly coming
To run away from a battle. If my destiny was to lose and die, I had to accept it. But anyway, I understand what you did to protect thee, Remy. Meanwhile, the Demon King felt completely full and happy at that moment, because he had finally won against his brother before eliminating him. At that moment, he remembered those guys who ran away from him, and thought, now I just need to exterminate those cockroaches, which annoyed me too much, and I can dominate everything that belongs to me. At that moment, he started to look for them all over the multiverse, causing a lot of destruction everywhere he went. It was not long before the whole multiverse would be completely destroyed. On the other hand, in the divine multiverse, Kagi would say, I am feel it. It is looking for us to kill us too. At this rate, it will finish with the whole multiverse without realizing it. We have to stop it fast. Kana, you must hurry to do whatever it is you are going to do. We must go quickly to him. I am also sensing his great anger and power, even though we are not in another multiverse. I told you, no one should stick. They were still on the ground, for even a deity was exercising his power against them. Now if you are impure, it is time for you to be erased right now. I see, I am not even able to face I am prophetic. The deity Azuna would say, Kibine Destroyer. But in that instant, Hana would say, I told you, deity Azuna, you won't stop us. I sacrificed one of my two divine hearts for this. I hope the deal worked its blind lust. At that moment, Kana would say, Heaven negates. This technique acquired a lot of power, and that is why the Archangel gave one of her divine hearts to before celestial divinities, so that they would grant her enough power to imprison the Azuna deity. Azuna would feel this and be surprised. What are you doing? You think you can do something with that? At that moment, she would feel very strong chains that enclosed her bodies. What happens? I can't move. I feel like I'm locked up. Damn, Kana, what did you do to me? You will pay for this. Kana would tell Goku, saying, this will be enough to keep her unable to do anything, at least for a long time. This will be enough to go. Impressive. I don't know how the hell you did it, but you helped us a lot. Well, we should leave quickly. At that moment, they would go to the multiverse to which they belonged. But they had to go through the intermediate dimension, which was hell. But they could pass it without many problems. And after a while, they found the Demon King, who was destroying everything in his path. The Kana had appeared before him, and she would say to him, or do you tell me that you don't, Sail? These words not only left the Demon King surprised, but also the others in the place, since nobody knew his name. But how? So his name is Sail. For some reason, nobody ever knew his name. I see. So only that woman knew about it. That's why it's impossible for her to have forgotten it like she did with us. The Demon King stared at her for several minutes, in which some tears could be seen on his face. It can't be. It's impossible. It's really you, Kana. Can't you see? That's right, it's me. But I thought I would never see you again. I must be dreaming. Millions of years ago, that woman called Azuna separated us, because our races were not compatible. And when I was defeated by her, she assured me I would never see you again. She was very powerful, and I could not avoid it in any way. How did you get here? Well, I never would have been able to come here if it weren't for those guys. They were behind the Demon King's back, but he didn't know which guys Kana was referring to, so he would turn around and see them at that moment. It's not true. You say it was those bastards? But what's wrong with them? What's your problem with them? Why did you change your attitude so quickly? All this time I was looking for them to kill them. They tried to oppose me. But what are you talking about, Sail? They are not your enemies. According to what they told me, they were really your friends, and you appreciated them too much. But at one point, because of having lost against your brother Zarama, you decided to release all your hidden power, which was abysmal. And then you suffered the curse of your father, which was that you lost all your memories. after he imposed that curse on you. That's why you only remember me and your brother, because we knew you before that day. You say I lost my memory. I don't understand. There's no way I can get that into my head. You're implying that I really did know those bastards, and that we were very close. There's no way I can believe you. I doubt my father would abduct me. He would never have dared. Don't be naive. It's obvious why he did it. Realize, he had to do it necessarily. He knew the great power you had, and how dangerous it could be. For that same reason he imposed the curse on you. Because he never wanted that power to come to might. Because it could put all his creation at risk. But although I don't want to believe it, that makes sense. But even knowing this, I can't help but want to end their lives. Hikage, I think we should find another solution. Not even the person he loves the most in the world is able to make him change his perspective. The only person he appreciates is her. Something has to be done. Now that Kama is with us, I know a way to make him recover all his memories. But the problem is that Min is still petrified. Kama would see this and tell them, "Hometown, I know how to get her back to normal. As the deity of Azuna once mentioned, she just needs a little purity to reverse the petrification." At that moment, Kana would give from her pure power to Min, and at that moment, the body of this one had finally begun to de-petrify, but his process took some time, since there was not much purity that she had refused. And Kana could not give her much more, then she spent all of her energies in feeling the supreme deity of Azuna. I am sorry, Kana, but even if it is false or true what you say, I must kill them. They are an obstacle in my way. I must kill them. This has nothing to do with you, Kana. Please don't get involved. This is my problem. Get it? Just wait a few minutes and we will see what will happen. Don't be so desperate. That behavior disgusts me. For some reason you not only lost your memories, the power consumed you and made you colder and darker. Only with her that part stops reflected. Shove up, damn Saiyan. You're just in my way. I think it's stupid that you and I have been friends. Really. With someone as pathetic as you. Don't make me laugh. Too bad. It's hard for me to recognize you now. I've had enough of you. I'll kill you. Now that I've killed my brother, all I need to do is kill you. The Demon King would increase all of his power, and this would attack the Saiyan. At that moment, Goku could not perceive a single one of his movements. The Demon King was hitting the Saiyan with all his blows. Goku, you must hold on longer. Min is not yet completely petrified. There are still a few minutes left. Please hold on as long as you can. Okay, Captain. I'll try, but at this rate he'll end up killing me beforehand. This speed is supreme. It seems as if only the air itself is hitting me non-stop. It would be a few minutes, and Goku was being brutally beaten. He was being smashed into the ground repeatedly. Min, please hurry up. At this rate, Goku can't take it. Please, Sail, please stop. Please don't go on. Don't let this evil consume you. But despite the words of the Archangel Kada, the Demon King seemed to ignore them. We only had to wait a little longer. But at that moment something would happen, and that is that the petrification of Min was reversing, and it was beginning to petrify again. But what is happening? Why is it reversing? It can't be. It was too little pure power. I was exhausted, and that's why it's petrifying again. It needs much more than that, in order to stop being turned to stone. But I have no energy. Impossible. It's too late. Goku's efforts were useless, even if they repeat the process again. There won't be enough time. I'm sorry, Saiyan. He will kill my father. There is no salvation. We are lost. Our efforts were in vain. There is nothing we can do. It seems that this is the end. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything to help you. The Kolme Min were well. Only a ritual would be enough. Between his daughter and his beloved. To create a bond between the three of them. I'm about to break the great curse. But now that is impossible. Everything is against us. We will surely die. And at that moment the Demon King would fade to the fame. It's time for you to disappear from this existence. The time has come for you to die. After I kill you, I will do the same with all of them. The Demon King would do this final technique, the most powerful one. He would charge it and would be about to tear up a Saiyan. But at that moment Goku thought, I can't die now. It can't end this way. It's impossible for me to allow it. No one knew this, but while I was in the divine multiverse, I heard about the deal that woman made with those 4 celestial beings. And at that time I spoke to them in my mind. and offered to serve them for eternity in exchange for power. But they could only give me something called the Divine. They told me that it acted differently on each person and could only be carried by worthy beings, and that it would be activated at a time when death was about to happen. I believe that this is the moment. The others who saw their spot, what happens? Because Goku doesn't move. Did he already accept his death? Well, I think we should all accept it. The Demon King would launch the attack to Goku, and this would impact against the Saiyan. The Demon King had launched one of his most powerful attacks on Jotaro, but at that moment, a great energy disintegrated that power, and a great light invaded the whole place, making everyone present stop. What is this spray heaped at my father enemies? It seems that his power has increased in an abysmal way. At that moment, the light that blinded everyone in the place would disappear, and everyone in front of their eyes would see Goku, who had reached a state they had never seen. But Pomikama had noticed something that no one else had noticed, and this one would think that aura, a power, those eyes. I know that. Perhaps he will have something to do with the celestial deities. It is impossible, but at what moment it happened? I always had my eyes fixed on him, and I never noticed anything strange. How strange. You know how to do it without anyone noticing. What a deal he made. I see it in you, Kana, so you've noticed. I shouldn't be surprised. You know then very well. The Demon King didn't understand what was going on. And this one would say, "What's going on, Kana? Why is everyone surprised by this?" I don't care if he only increased his tower a little. In the end, he'll be changed his appearance. A Saiyan like him could never face me. Such a pathetic ritz. A mortal like him couldn't stand a chance against me. I don't know how you did to disintegrate my power, but surely it's just that. I pity you, Seal. You only try to make excuses to steal yourself superior to me, but you really know that you're already crushed. I tried to make you change. I wanted to show you that we were once friends, and your arrogance prevents you from seeing how despicable you are now. Of disgusting. Shut your mouth, Saiyan. I get tired of your words. I was thinking of killing you quickly so you wouldn't suffer, but now you've awakened in me, my instinct of a ruthless being. Without schools, I'll make you suffer until it's sent Paris. I say, send further to me. At that very moment, the Demon King would instantly attack the Saiyan again. Smash him against the rocks again and again. But what's wrong, Saiyan? Don't you do anything? What was that you were babbling about just a few seconds ago? How pathetic you are. He would continue hitting Goku, and Goku was not defending himself. But what was going on? Why isn't Goku defending himself? Maybe that power isn't enough. It can't be. Don't be silly, Kage. It's obvious. My father's always doing stupid things. He does the same thing, and it ends up taking a toll on him. But this time, he's at another level. The Demon King is no longer an opponent for him. I don't know where he got the enormous power, but it's impressive. But what's that? That's all you've got. Don't tell me. I barely felt a tickle. What the hell are you talking about, Saiyan? You're making fun of me. Take this. The Demon King would throw a huge ball of red energy at the Saiyan, but the Saiyan would take it and press it with his hands. But what? How could you do that? Because my attack didn't work against you. This is impossible. Listen, Sayo, I don't care what you think now. The person you are now is not you. I don't want to have to kill you. You were a great friend. Ending you would be at great ways. What do you mean by that, Saiyan? Do you think I'll obey you? The Demon King would attack Goku at that moment, but Goku would give him a little punch in the stomach, which would make him spit blood. Let me talk. You're just looking for me to end up killing you, and I don't want that. What I was going to say, you must allow Kana to do the ritual. Understand? So the curse that your father put on you will disappear. But for that, your daughter Nin must be petrified first. What are you talking about, Saiyan? I don't have any daughter. I already told you that my father would never do that to me. Seal, you must listen to him. He's right. I'm the person you love most. Trust me. But even though you keep repeating it to me, something in my head denies me. I'm so happy with the power that I have now. Couldn't do that. Don't keep denying yourself, you idiot. Then unfortunately, I'll have to kill you. Apparently, the Demon King didn't want to understand him, and he incoherently began to launch multiple attacks at the Saiyan, but they did absolutely nothing. Goku, for the second time, without him being able to see it, would give another blow to his stomach, causing him to draw more blood. It can't be. How did he become so powerful out of nowhere? Why is this happening? A few minutes ago, it was me who was dominating the situation. How could he overpower me in just moments? The hell did he do? Can't allow myself to be humiliated like this. Everything I thought all alone may be lost. All my plans were going perfectly, damn it. Zale, I don't want you to die. I sacrificed half my life just to meet you again. As soon as Azuna takes my seal, I don't know what will happen. She's very angry for sure. It seems that my efforts are being wasted just because of your pride. The one I knew millennia ago is not like that. Please do it at least for me. Forget your grudges. Just remember that I'm here. That should be enough. I don't know what they'll do to me, but they'll only allow it for you, because the love I feel for you is inexplicable. Well done, Jana. You did well. I hope you've recovered in us. I think you didn't give enough pure energy to Nin to finish the petrification of Azuna. Kana had recovered a little and already possessed enough energy, so she would give some of it to Min's petrified body, and in that moment, Min's body would begin to slowly depetrify. This would take a few minutes, but Min was finally back to normal. This one would be stunned to see around her. What's going on? What am I doing in this place? Goku, please finish her out. Don't look her in the eyes. Remember that. I see. So just remember what happened before you looked into Azuna's eyes and turned to stone. Min, you must calm down. First of all, we're no longer in the multiverse. After you were turned to stone, Kata was able to seal Azuna, so we could escape. Wait, you see I was turned to stone? Chippy. How stupid I am. So in the end, it was me who looked into her eyes. Good idiot. It's not your fault, Min. We all make mistakes. So they found my father, I see. Listen, Min, we have to do the ritual to destroy the curse that was put on your father. Hana and he have to do it together. Hana was able to convince him. And let's do it. Can't bear to see him like that. This will jeopardize your own balance, but you must do it. You must increase your power as much as you can through the run out of energy. You must do it while holding hands. What the hell are you talking about? I'll never do that. You must do it, you idiot. Kage, but if they do that, they could destroy the universes. It's a risk you have to take. At that moment, Kana would take Sail and Ning by the hands, and at that moment they would start to increase all their power without stopping. The balance of the universes were being destroyed. Everything that conformed them was beginning to change, due to this drastic change in the environment. After a few minutes, they had exhausted all their power, causing them to fall to the ground. But they were still unconscious. Haji, that's it. Who's in it? It should be Saiyan. He would ask the Demon King if he could remember. It seemed to continue the same. Nothing happened, you damn Saiyan. What's wrong because it didn't work? You're wrong, Saiyan. Of course it works. But what are you saying? At that moment, second after that had happened, the Demon King's eyes would turn white, and he would start to scream. The scream seemed to be endless. While this was happening, he was getting all the memories into his mind that he got for millions and millions of years. Thousands of past moments were going through his mind every second. He was starting to remember everything. Donna, what does this mean? Why is he behaved like that? What did they do? Don't worry, Saiyan. Zach, it's happening just what was supposed to happen. He's now starting to remember everything, and his father's curse is finally gone. Demon King continued to remember, until after a few seconds everything had returned to his mom. But because of this, almost the entire multiverse of demons had been destroyed, and billions of living beings had lost their lives. There wasn't much left. But at that moment, that became secondary, because the biggest threat was gone, since he would remember everything. Surprising, how his eyes are no longer red. That's good. At that moment, the Demon King Sail, who had remembered everything, would say, "The hell happened to this place? Brother, I swear I'll show you. I swear!" I see. So the last thing he remembers was just before he released that hidden tower. We'll have to explain to him what happened. Hey, don't you remember anything? The hell are you talking about? Explain to me why I'm in this place. I don't feel the presence of many universes. What's going on? At that moment, Kana was behind his back, and he would turn around and see her. He thought it was an illusion. But she spoke to him and touched his shoulder. The Demon King's eyes at that moment would have shed many tears. How is this possible? How is it your back? I don't understand. These people led me here. They were finally able to end your father's curse. I know you're very confused now, but I'm very excited that you're back. I missed you too much, sir. Saji, calm your anxieties. Let me know what happened. Listen, the thing you planned to do now, you already get it. And it didn't turn out how you expected. We warned you to please not do it, but instead you preferred to do it. What are you talking about? I kind of did. That's right, and thanks to that, your father's curse took effect. And you lost most of your memories. So you stopped remembering all of us, even your daughter and me. I couldn't believe it, that you forgot me. You'll never know what I felt when my own father was trying to kill me. What are you saying, daughter? I would never try to do something like that. I would die first. Just wait, keep listening so you'll understand. You tried to kill us because you didn't even know who we were, and so we had to escape and look for someone who could end your father's curse. So we went to the divine multiverse, and we had to fight a woman named Azuna. What? He had finally found her. Kana. Might rethought that woman, but how the hell could they fight her? And how was it beatable? It's impossible. In fact, Abba had to seal her. But that would only serve to contain her for a while, so they could escape from that multiverse. And we did the ritual, after you almost murdered us. I get it all. So that's what really happened. Yen father was lying about that. I hate her. I almost killed all the people I care about because of his stupid guilt. Tell me, was I able to finish off my brother? We don't know that, sir. But at that moment, flashbacks would come to the Daishinkan's mind, and he was remembering some of the things he did while he had his father's curse. And in one event, he saw how he had killed his brother. He would fall to the ground. Kanin would tell him which my father were happening to him. He can't that way because he saw he had killed his brother, but really killing him is never enough night. Yeah, but how did I do this? Who's my only brother? The only thing I wanted was to defeat her. I'll never forgive my fluffy work. Excuse the brother. Sorry, it's not your fault. You didn't know what you were doing. Because all the multiverse was destroyed, you told me. It was my fault too. Who's would I? It will cost me a lot to rebuild all those universes. It'll wear me out. But father, the only thing that matters to me is that you're past. I love you. I wouldn't know what to do if you were ever back to normal. At a bad moment, the Demon King and Tana had looked into each other's eyes, and they would say, "That woman separated us, and now I have you back. I love you now. I never stopped thinking about you. I was waiting millions of years to meet again with the love of my life." They would give each other a kiss at that moment, which would make everyone happy, but this did not last for long. While this was happening, what everyone feared would happen, happened. In that place, everyone would look to the sky quickly because a gap was forming, and a good bright light could be seen inside it. The hell's going on? What's happening? What does this mean? Too bad. But I was afraid of happened. How it wouldn't last any longer. What are you talking about, Kada? What do you mean by that? At that instant, a being would come out of the gap, which was Vivia Fordo. It was a woman with red hair, and a great destructive aura accompanied her. Ow, here, huh? You really thought that he could hold me back? How naive. I admit that I was surprised that seals it put on me, Kada, was undoubtedly very powerful. Nothing in existence had been able to contain me for so long. So you had to sacrifice something, so that the celestial beings gave you that seal to imprison me. I know it wouldn't be enough to contain you, but it would be enough. I'll never forgive you for what you did to me, Kana. John, understand. The only thing that I wanted to do was to protect you. The only thing you gave him was to betray me, protect me, you say, from such stupid things. The only problem with me being with the demon to sail was simply because he was a demon. That was the only reason, because you hate that race for being impure. But in the end, what does it matter if he's purebred or pure? As an individual, he's much better than you, even though you drove me away from the man I loved. We obeyed you, and was faithful to you for millions of years. But really, I always had a grudge against you for what's dead. But what are you saying, Dan? You repent for what you did, and maybe you'll spare your life. But don't think the same thing will happen with those impure ones. They will not have the same destiny as you. Cause point you wanted to repent? How ridiculous you are, fool. I would never regret what I did. Give a lap to me, and do it again 1,000 times. It's that woman Azuna, bastard, who ended up helping us. What he did? Oh, disrespectful of you to interrupt a moment like this. It could even wait this tide. The number one you fought before my multiverse. I've increased my power, and you think that matters to me? You die anyway. I'm to finish you off, and I'll finish everything in the process. I've been no trace of your miserable existence. Everyone in the place was aware of the power is in the deity. The demon king fell, knew it more than anyone. He had fought against her in the past and was violently defeated before her power. Thanks to this, the woman was able to snatch the only things he loved. He got the huge resentment towards her since that moment. Somebody would kill her. I will judge how much power you had. What he did has no forgiveness, snatching the only thing I loved. Was it winch? Unforgivable sin. And what can someone like you do? So that you remember what happened in the past. What makes you think that now it'll be different? Don't make me laugh. For me, there's nothing got a pathetic infilty. Demon like you should have never existed. That's why you're inferior. You only pity you. Azuna, you're worse than what you yourself profane. You call them pathetic. Did not realize things right. As a demonic and impure race, and much better than what you are go ever be. I can't understand you to bend these useless ones. You're an archangel of pure blood. You should then cause yourself over that. To disappoint tired. To prevent more like you from appealing themselves to me, I have to release you from existence. so that everyone will understand what happens if they defraud their divine race in this way. I repeat, up something that ends like this, Connie. Like never imagined that you were to train me in this way. Sure, the damned woman could do after being that bait. I'll finish you. Say, El Teeth, I'll do it. You know you're no match for her. You'd only be committing an act of silify. She's right. We spoke to her. Remember, you don't even have the energy to bite. The fate to recover. I said it would be me who would take care of that woman. I see, Sam. Feel what you still dog you be. Better acts of just say so you won't suffer. Teach yourself in favor, and to death will be quick and keys. Stop repeating the same thing like an idiot and Krugas. At that moment, Goku would launch himself at the Archangel Azuna, so fighting him at that very moment. Disease, he'll do all acting with starch. Goku would mad at key blows and do an effort to keep them in full. This barely made her the treat a little. Azuna would hit Goku back in experiments, and it would fly out of bad trades, attacking it in from John the Robs. Surprise ring, by Devis colorful. Said in my previous transformation, Film Delta would have might be almost dead. But now that woman needs much more than that to finish me. Let's not give her a chance that hit me. But she continues to do social and I'm telling me in the end. The poor soul rich she goods beach grow is a bit wool. Interesting. Yes, they're standing after one of my draws. So you weren't mine. It seems that you did with a greater power than the forest of the hatch. Why did she bedruse its straw? What'd she do? To pass, she only needed 2 hits with a beat hit, even though I gave it all in my fight. She finished with like a cockroach, but it seems that with the same, it's different. We trust Goku. I know you can defeat her. You've always been somewhat formidable. I know you will let that lemon to continue for me. And but I know I can't let her hit me. What should I do? If she continues to be continuous attack, she will give me a chance to hit her. And then between the rock and a hard place, don't try to get frustrated. You won't be able to think well. You must clear your mind, and everything will come here by itself. Goku would understand these words, and he would close his eyes while doing each of his blows. Not being fast for that, but use the power of the dude in rage. This power makes the wielder lose control of his thoughts, but in return his power increases booster. So Goku, seeing that he needed more power, would use the demean language. Contribute this in control of his thoughts. Jude B, D6 the king in rage. Have a seen of it, lead. I've understood none of us demons should turn it to. It feels that he could discover it by himself. That's it. Goku at that moment could more easily dodge the blows of his inback, so this could hit in several blows, making this after shoot out a thousand bind. Gushing the Feather King in the cup. But how? It seems his technique he used given much more coward. Really hurt me. I'm sad, donning my entire existence have ever done this to me. I must congratulate you. You were the first. Against fan the Fumandivdiscany. Goku at mass control will use with its best needs. He's inevitably in control. I can use you as set meat. It's impossible to get it to them. He began control of himself without losing the human range ability. And how did he do that? I've never seen anything like it. Azuna would dome herself against the Saiyan in anger, and they have an abysmal quack. But Azuna was able to hit the seams another blow, which would make him leave the place and hit against some rocks. Each thing, he gave me another blow. In spite of using the demon's rage, his blows still effectively in the same way, even though now I'm faster and stronger. You're still withstanding my blows, and very surprised. Tell me, you got all that how? The first blow had to have left you in my head. At that moment, Azuna would see Goku's eyes. Would he am something? No way. So bad was this. He worshipped and that's the base of his celestial deity. I saw it in their eyes. From a distance, it's almost impossible to see before they look close to your mouth. You can see that many symbol of grounds. This is only possessed by aliens who have taken the place with the celestial beingness. It's all understand. It's the one they're talking about. Damn, made the deal with them too. Shoot. Against an exchange, you had to give them your soul. You're gonna live to do everything they asked you to do. Cause like I get Larry into years ago, I don't get it. What deal is that woman talking about? That's selling her soul to who? Why those celestial duties you talk so much about? Will you notice that? Surprising bit. You could keep our tiny mark in my eyes. Damn, why did she have to notice it? I wanted to finish her off. I don't quite understand about the deal, but what do you see about Goku? Why can't you finish her off? One of the things that are forbidden is for beings with heavenly grace to fight each other, where would be punished terribly by the heavenly deities. They're repulsed by such behavior. No Saiyan, its fight will not end here because of that. I came here to kill them. They will not realize this, I'm sure. I will finish them off by all means. I see. When you won't mind breaking the rules, well, I'll finish you off. They would continue fighting the Azuna at that moment, but do a secret technique, which made everyone see Goku as his enemy. Goku would realize that his friends were looking at him strangely. You would say, what's going on with you guys? What's wrong with you guys? Fuck is change of attitude. The hell's going on? While this was happening, in an unknown place, one of these celestial deities would say, apparently, two guys have broken the rules. Did they really think we wouldn't notice? They'll have to pay for it. Uzuma would have found out that Goku also possessed the heavenly grace like her, and was forbidden to fight because of this, but both didn't care. They would have continued fighting, but Azuna had used the strange technique with Goku's friends, including the Demon Jin. This technique was called identity cognition. Goku noticed in his friends a strange look that he couldn't understand. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't joke about it right now. What's wrong, Saiyan? You're confused. Well, I won't be the one to end your mind. The people you love so much will. You only have one option left. That would be to kill them. If you don't do it, they'll be the ones to end you. Don't you think it's funny? What the hell did you do to them, you wretch? You didn't have to bring them into this. You're disgusting and repugnant. Just look at their lips. Now they hate you with all their heart. Each one of them can see you. The guy they resent the most. Each one of them sees someone different. For them, you're no longer that same. Listen, guys, I'm Goku. Just listen to my voice. It's clear that I'm me. Don't be guided by my appearance. They're only deceiving you. Don't be manipulated in that way, please. No matter what you tell them, they'll only listen to the words of their greatest enemy. Ming would see his brother Miyu at that moment. And this one would say, Annie, this time I'll be the one to kill you, you bastard. Just like Ming to the others, it would see their greatest enemy in torture, and Beat did not hesitate a bit to attack him. The hatred in their hearts prevented them from thinking correctly. But at that moment, Kana would realize what was happening for a strange reason, and that is betting Goku she could observe Azuna, because she was his greatest enemy. Wait, she's deceiving us, but the only reason she couldn't do it with me is because she's really a person I hate the most. Strange to see her now. And also in another subject, if it hadn't been her, well, we would have done everything to finish with that Saiyan. Hana would have tried to tell the others that they were being cheated, but at that moment a strong attack hit her from Azuna, when this would leave her on the ground. Goku was having a hard time fighting him a bit, as he was avoiding hurting him at all costs. Stop running away from my blows and fighting, bastard. Stop being a coward. This time I'll not give you another chance to live. I'll send you to hell when you shit be. Goku would think at that moment, they don't listen to me. It seems that if it's true, we'll completely ignore the things I tell it. The ability that Vegeta uses to truly affects the brain. Well, that's amazing. But that seems dirty to me on that need. I sense cowardice in their actions. No matter what you do, Saiyan, gonna keep avoiding it, they'll keep attacking you. Like enemy cognition technique is impossible to break. I won't kill them. I'll just have to wait for them to get tired. It doesn't matter if they're being manipulated or not. Eventually they'll get tired of attacking me, but it seems I'll be the one to get tired first. As I'm using this tower, my energy depletes too fast. You gotta do something. Damn it, I regretted killing you, but I see that you're still alive. Although that was not my intention, it still makes me angry to believe that I killed you. That makes me angry. This time, I'll finish you for you. This was what the Demon King Sale was saying to Goku, as he saw his brother Zarama. The Demon King had increased in power much more, and he was getting angrier and angrier. In the words of Goku, he only heard denigrating words towards him, which made him have even more rage against his brother's realm. Zone would raise his strength enormously, and a great red aura surrounds his body. Chief B, it seems like if he's getting worse and worse. Azuna, who was watching this, could he stop laughing? He was enjoying it. Like never before. While everyone was attacking him, the DMG Sale managed to get under a powerful attack, which left him unable to move for a few moments, which was giggling to all the others. He count into the tats towards him, and when he could finally move, he would kill pain and he started everywhere. But seeing that one of the bros of his son, Arab, destroyed his right arm, and had broken his legs. Well, what the hell happened? His attack only left me immobile for 2 seconds. And it seems that this was more than enough to leave him like that. I just had to wait to recover. Goku will continue even with his wounds, dodging their blows. Who won't let me recover even a little, have you missed the chance to kill you? Taji and the others were finally cornering Goku more and more. Even though Goku was using demon range at that moment, he couldn't dodge them all. He had already lost a lot of strength. Goku was hit with more and more fierce attacks, and these would manage to destroy almost all of Goku's body. He had fallen to the ground, as he couldn't take it anymore. I don't think I should have made such a stupid decision. It was obvious there would be means who gets more tired in the end. I don't know what I was trying to do. But can't be so compassionate to start. I'll have to hurt them somehow. That stupid girl only wants me to kill her, but I won't do that. We'll knock them all out. I just have to wait for my body to recover and regenerate. But it looks like they won't lovely. Azuna did see this and say, enough was enough. I think they did what they needed to do. Now we'll make them see you again as you really are. I can't wait to see their reaction to seeing what they did. How funny. Young woman. Can't understand her thoughts. It's too wicked. The others were still attacking Goku, but at that moment, Azuna had nullified his technique. They would see Goku and realize the guy they were hitting was maybe him, and not the person they hated so much. No way. We'll be monster kid. What were we thinking? What the hell did we do to him? Alright then, just look how they left him. Out of shame, I know what happened. In my head, I don't understand. Calm down. I understand. You were manipulated by that woman. She made you believe I was the enemy. I tried to persuade you, but it didn't work. It really seems like your resentment had blinded you completely, and you were attacking me for no reason. So it wasn't about my brother. I'm stupid at you now. I fell into a technique of that one and I'm pitiful. The truth that made me too much was interesting. Be thankful that I cancelled my technique. Otherwise, it could have jumped in without hesitation. But now, I'll have to admit you fear from me. We'll be the one who gave him the final attack. It's magnificent. How underground my best team is so vulnerable, so weak. He won't even have time to recover. For that, I'll kill him Rex. Just to avoid killing them, I am with that white out. I'm still good. They'll not to kill them myself after I killed that fan. On the other hand, the celestial god Ares realized that Azuna and Goku had broken the wombs of their kill. It seems that Azuna broke the deal together with that Saiyan. The truth is, I'm surprised about Azuna. He never broke any rule in millions of years. Who still will receive the punishment we deserve. He used our heavenly grace improperly. Looks like we'll have to pay them. Oh, it's over, is it? The celestial deities had seen what Goku and Azuna had done. They'd broken the rules. It was totally forbidden for two subjects with this muscular seal to fight each other. This was unforgivable. The lack of respect could not be tolerated by those deities, so two of them had decided to go with a woman and give them the punishment they deserved. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Goku was lying injured on the ground, since his twins had left him in that state after he had completely avoided doing any kind of harm to them. It can't be. They ditched Sheldon because of us. We're the ones who left him like that. We're pathetic. How could we do that to him with such an absurd technique? How could we be fooled like that? You said don't try to be sorry. It's not your fault. I'm sure even I would have fallen for that stupid technique. It'll only take me a few minutes to recover, but I'm sure she'll kill me first. Of course, how could I miss this great opportunity? It would be absurd. Although I must admit that seeing you like this makes me feel a little sorry for you. But it's satisfying just to think your own friends had left you like this. They just let it easy enough for me. That way I didn't have to unleash all my power. But unleash a battle, which could draw the attention of the deities. Not so. Jata didn't notice. They could never persuade this. You can tell you don't know them, even though you saw them millions of years ago. In fact, I'm surprised they're not here now. Perhaps they've ignored it. How strange. Shut up, you damn bastard. I'll never know. It won't be much longer before I kill you, saying, don't despair. Pursuing too warm, so what you have to do. Since what my fate will be seen on, join out. You'll even have the same fate as me. You know perfectly well what you did. Won't be able to escape best. You don't know what you're saying. Shut your mouth. It's time for you to die. Stop! Zay, don't do it! Azuna would charge a great destructive energy. It was the destroyer of soul. An attack that disappeared any trace of someone's existence. So at that moment, she would launch the attack at Goku, who was about to hit them. But suddenly, the power had been disintegrated. Well, what the hell? I shut it. How did my attack disappear out of nowhere? I don't understand. The place was filled with debris from the smoke generated by us. Two subjects would come out, making everyone in that place stunned. What the heck? Seems that one of those guys disintegrated in his power. What are you talking about? I couldn't even see when he disintegrated the power. I only saw it disappear. Those guys seem to be very powerful, although I find it strange that I cannot feel their energies. You seem to have the chi of a human. That's not possible. The human couldn't do that. I don't understand. It should not be possible. It's them. They're here. Can't see in this right. So, you were about to kill that Saiyan, I say. I promise you it's not what it looks like. Please forgive me. I won't hide it anymore. You were very foolish to confide in me. So, both of you are fighting. It's not favorable for you, the state you're in. I really thought it was just trailing between the two of you. But, it's a big disappointment. Rafuna, we had faith in you. They never thought you'd break any rules. This was a big surprise. And then, what will you give us, Zach? I promise it won't give them more. Regular war like that candidates. Incredible. I think we should kill them. There's no gifting punishment making them remember what they did. It wasn't the power we did, and the not ways the pulsing. No, you won't tell them. Never right offer. Although I know we should give them a punishment that new debt for them, I don't think there's a sufficient punishment. What are you talking about? Of course that is. The punishment that she will receive will be that we will take away the power that we gave her. And also, she'll no longer be the queen of the divine multiverse. No getting opposition to that drooning drummer. They're lost to deal with the power of that Azuna. We say that'll take her place. I can't believe it. No, but what are they saying? Like he do this to me. We can't strip me of all that. The hell's wrong with them? Please, they can't do this to me. Why give me my power and my position? Spat down traitor. I hate her with all my heart. I didn't stand it taking you picking good smile. Now you understand. No, why I did it that way. She really hates her. I doubt she'll continue to do step to that. Insensitive bastards. And you let them do that to me. That idiot, I can't to that plea. But let her allow there. But villainette, don't even try her. We're no match with him. Accept it. We love, believe, and no others what of it. Not to start trying up, even if it hurts. No, that won't happen. A jam of that happen. Last kind, please forgive me. Give me another punishment, get back at one, please. It's already decided. We tell about your sentence. He says, I won't allow it. I told you not to try it. Azuna, angry, seeing that she could do absolutely nothing, would go herself within 4 of them, and this one would try to attack you. This time using all the power, using a great key sword in her hand, which she used to try to pierce the body of Bestiatic. But the sword was shattered as soon as it touched his body. She had not even caused him a single scratch with her power sword. Then, what coward did that for what we've not been doing? How has he made her? Seems that I'm insignificant, I can find. You just attacked me with the intention of killing me. That's what you intended, right? I'd act as unforgivable. I thought you would have taken your punishment in fate of your rancor. But she turned out to be someone driven by hatred. From now on, you will not have their original power. From this moment, you will live on as immortal, and your level will be equal to that of humans. So, what are you saying? Zero would try to attack him for the second sound, or with a feeble finger made her fly away, flashing thousands of kilometers away. And they're the greatest in one of his stingers. Did this to me. So how am I going to do it? In fact, you won't do anything. I'll take everything from you right now. Don't stop. Also, it's Leah's at back heels. Bazilda was keep bedding. The cry to desperation would be interrupted by Azuba's water. Would be interrupted with the word of this one fame. Goodbye and hope. At that moment, Kali's eyes would turn white, and she would start screaming loudly, while the power that belonged to Azula was being transferred to her. Goku had already in the cover, and this one would say, the happened. Who touched you was really stiffed of her power. Now what's going to happen to me? Kana, after a few minutes of screaming, finally, the power had been completely transferred to her. The Zuna's appearance had changed, and now she'd look like Azuna. She had begun to cry desperately up to Ola Dunderberg. She tried to attack the Snells, wasn't even able to find. Hang the Ira. Sure, lad, still get to move before. It'll make his roll the ball. Next chill like mammal. And they wouldn't have to defend you. But I love to do it. I'll be your step then. Now, we're only going to do it to Saiyan. It seems very this. Was not much that could affect this whole. There's only one thing we can do with him, and that's the killing. Maybe we could kill him. Oh, I'd take the life of his son. Or that woman mutant need. But I would chat to say this here. What's our Spear's cube? We all after Jake now. They'll be hard to know what to do with this Jack. What to decide between all of us? Goku knew he couldn't do anything, so we couldn't resist. Aaron Matruketh, his son, and his wife me. One of the 3 of them would have to die. At that moment, it would take them for their secret place, where all the celestial deities were gathered, meeting Goku's each was in probably other communities. Now, it will be decided which one of you will die. They would have to decide on what would be already punishable for Delta. At that moment, Goku, meaning like his son, be stuck, received the immense power and the meetings of multiple deities. It seemed to be very unreachable. The aura that surrounded them was terrified. In front of them, everything felt much peppier. The perception of time was different with the presence of all the deities. All the deities didn't understand why the worth and impure in their palace. Aren't you supposed to curse them by now? That's all I had told them. The Saiyan and Azuna had completely broken the walls, and both of them almost destroyed the whole universe. The fight they had, using the blaze that we gave them. That was difficult for me to decide the fate of this save. There's no doubt that what he did is unforgivable, and he must be punished as a consequence.